Hanging from a thread till you dead, cause your partner put a price on your head. Cause your chick was laying up in his bed, she getting details, spilling every word that you said. She working retail, thirsty bitch just trying to get ahead. If history tell us anything, y'all both end up dead. It's just a street tale, a fable, some shit someone said. Sit at the table and hope there's more to offer than bread. Pulled out the cradle, first steps you getting chased by a fed. No head starts, just body parts and lead sparks. Old religion, brand new hate and weak hearts. Oligarchs, krakens, dragons, you see sharks. Imagine you could manage to maneuver the deep part. You a savage, you can have it, just show all your teeth sharp. If you could grab it, you could stab it, just aim for the bleeding heart. The ones that show compassion, the soldier that seeks art. Does the artist that wage war take over or take part? Taking a knee, thinking no one faithful is me. I'm good people in bad lands, no evil live within me. I mind mine, I'll survive, find this lands for the free. If I'm mistaken, I'm forsaken, no one rescuing me. Residual effects, stray bullets through familiar necks. For any number of infractions that I deem disrespect. Your beliefs, you deserve better, but we both in the shit. You just haven't come to grips with it yet. Fight or flight, and they ain't really nowhere to go. If your back is against the wall and you ain't throwing no blows, you gon' crumble in the rubble, become blood in the snow. If you a victim, they collect them, grab the body and go. Dig them and ditch them, total disregard for the soul. Gas them and lit them, watch the flesh burn in the glow. Where we live and catch a shivering, it's a hell you don't know. Your best hope is that your dying ain't slow, or your dying's a show. Where we at, it's every man for his own. A bloody backdrop, where killers just zone and slice flesh to the bone. Masked and gloved up front of your home. A flash of gun, but the side of your dome. Fresh blood from a stone, dents in your sense. Kick your fucking ball through the fence, dare you to say something. No sense in sitting around in suspense. Find out what's next, open your fucking mouth, disrespect. See the extent of how my life is intense. She beautiful and oppressed in a permanent summer dress. She a servant and still she blessed. Children cradled against her breast, whispering prayers, wishing their souls the best, knowing that they forgotten, not forgetting they're blessed. The bloodiest red lights, just piles of dead life. Something must be broken, the glyphs wasn't read right. You think them Bible papers will shed light? Yeah, right. Burn after reading, tell the preacher I'm leaving. What is poppin', people? Welcome back to Shy L Reacts. I am your host, Shy L, and we are back in the building. Salutes to y'all. I appreciate y'all being here today on this lovely Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday, hump day. Put your hump on. Hope everybody out there getting that bread. We are here to talk about it. Salutes. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome. Excuse me. All right, let's get it. Let's get in the chat. We got some stuff to talk about today, all right? We're going to talk about the exclusive or the info or the thought that Jay Flores was going to expand on the other night. Again, the Flores twins, busy guys. They got family to deal with. They got businesses to deal with. They got things to do. He couldn't make it back to let us know, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Annabelle Hernandez interview that dropped last night. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about mini leak. We're going to talk about the possible ganga activity between the DEA and the FBI. We're going to talk about the idea of El Mayo pointing the finger at mini leak. We're going to talk about all these things. Let's get through the chat first. Honey's up in the chat for y'all. All right. Shout out to Zoraida. She's working right now. She's in and out. But we're gonna thank her for the new drop that we came up on just by chance. She dropped the power chat the other day and used an emoji. The emoji is the see no evil emoji. All right. Let me put the power chat in the. In the chat. Wow, there it is. Let me pin that. She put that in there and it was translated into
Mono con los ojos tapados.
Mono con los ojos tapados. Huh? Monkey with his eyes closed. So that's going to be my new drop when somebody come in here and they blind to the facts that you can't see what I can't see.
Mono con los ojos tapados.
All right, salutes. Let's get it. I'm going to go through the chat. Let me get in here and pin this comment. Let's get it. Boom. Boom. All right. So don't be
Mono con los ojos tapados.
Don't do that. Boom, message pin, salutes. All right, that right there allows your comment to play right on the screen, right in the middle of the show. You can interrupt the show with your comment. You can do it anonymously. You can stand on your name. Say what you want. Shout out Chucky Chingong on the check-in. Right? Fresh out the gig. Salutes to you, sir. Glad you got after that bag today. Hope everybody out there getting their money. All right? Makes the world spin. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. Salutes to everybody getting through their work day. Hopefully we can help you get through that. Salutes to all my people driving, to all my people out on the road traveling, to all my people working on the road. Salutes to y'all. Safe travels. All right. Shout out Velez 408 on the check-in. Shout out El Toro on the check-in. Shout out Pure Art. Salutes. Zoraida. Salutes. Shout out Ivan Livas. Eduardo Cruz. Salutes to you. Shout out Jonathan Pantoja in the building. Let's get back at it like bad habits. Shout out to all the Il Cartel members and chat members. Please like and subscribe. On your way in. It's free. It don't cost you a thing. Hit the like button. All right? Shout out William Borden on the check-in. Shout out Rocksteady, formerly known as Philly 500 pounds. Shout out Rocksteady. He got that 3B's billboard emoji. That dog in me. That gangster dog in me emoji. Right? The Reaper. Shy emoji. Salutes. Right? Let's see. Shout out ECA 22. Salutes. Shout out Primo. Shout out Peter Saj. We're about to get to that too. Pure Art. Who else? So Ivan. Salutes to you. Adrian Torres. Salutes. Right, man. Let's get it. Yes. First and foremost, rest in peace to Rayful Edmonds. For those that don't know, Rayful Edmonds was a kingpin in the Washington, D.C. area, who was recently released from prison after 35 years. 3 months ago, he was released from prison, and yesterday he passed away from an apparent heart attack. So rest in peace to him. Condolences to his friends and family. Condolences to the Flores twins, who was very tight with him. Just let you know, man, the game decides when the game decides to be over, man. So I guess you got to do what you got to do right now. just the irony in that. You know what I mean? 35 years in the can, you get out and your heart give out. Bananas. Something crazy to think about. All right. So we're going to talk about that. As a matter of fact, again, condolences to the Flores family, all of them, because I know they were all tight with them. I have a statement that I could read from Jay Flores regarding Rayful. Give me a sec to pull that up. And I will read that for you, and I will publish it in the community section after this live. All right, let's see. All right, let's get it. It says, I was privileged to call Ray a good friend. He was a good man, a Christian man, and his faith was a guiding light in his life. I'm grateful he was able to experience freedom again, even if it was for far too short a time. Many people only know Ray as a drug kingpin, but he was so much more than that. He was a man of depth, faith, and redemption, with so much to give to this world. Ray and I shared countless plans to create meaningful change, and his heart was truly dedicated to giving back and making a difference. Tomorrow isn't promised to any of us, and his passing is a powerful reminder of that. My deepest condolences go out to his family, his close friends, and to my brother, who shared a bond with Ray like that of brothers. Ray, you will be deeply missed until we meet again, my friend. And we got a picture of Rayful right here. This looks like a very recent image. Let's see. Hold on, let me download that. Yeah. And open that over here. There we go. All right, boom. I'm trying to hide metadata and shit. There we go. Bow. There you go. Rest in peace, Rayful Edmonds, man. Hope you enjoyed those 3 months with your family and your friends and all of that. It's an unfortunate situation. Again, condolences to the Flores family. Condolences to Peter Flores and Jay Flores. And condolences to the family of Rayful Edmonds. Salutes. Right? Let's get it. Let me get back in the chat real quick. Shout out Dan Sosa, New Jersey on the check-in. Wild indeed, Chucky. Shout out P7G. Saludos desde Quintana Roo. Salutes to you. Shout out DJ. What I think it's for real or fake? What I think is for real or fake? Chill, what's going on in the... You got to slow it down, Papa. I don't know what you're talking about. What's real or fake? All right, boom. Salutes to y'all. Zorada heard her drop.
Mono con los ojos tapados.
That's it. Salutes. 46 recurring viewers, 20 likes. Let's get them likes up. What else did we want to talk about? I want to say happy birthday to DMX. Forever X, man. Salutes to the dog, you know what I mean?
Are y'all ready to party? Let's go! Get your hands up! 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 Get your hands up!
Zaza, you're gonna have to catch the replay. We can't we're not stopping to catch you up, bro. Right? Rayful Edmonds passed away. That's where the condolences are coming from. There you go. Damn, that's nuts. Rest in peace. Shout out my brother Oso in the building. Salutes. All right. So now, let me move on over here. Let's get this out the way. Let's get this out the way. All right. Hold on. Keep that. All right. Boom. All right. So now we're going to get to it. So let's talk about it. We're going to get into the Annabelle Hernandez interview. I'm going to translate it to English for y'all as best as I can. I'm going to try to do it a little bit better than, I don't know, maybe I'll stop to give my translation. I'm not sure yet. But it's something to get used to. It's much harder when I'm using subtitles, but I'm also sometimes I have to hear them speak because the subtitles don't pick up on everything, so it could be a thing. Salutes. Jonathan said, unfortunately, them rundown government institutions aren't looking out for your best interests, especially when you're doing a long bid with food and whatnot. Rest in peace. Absolutely. Absolutely. Those places are designed to eat you from the outside and from the inside. Shout out Chucky Chingon. What's up with that music channel? We're gonna be going over new tracks. Sorry, off subject. No, perfect subject. So for those that don't know, this week Snoop Dogg's album dropped. It's called Missionary. What's different about this album than his last albums? Let me tell you something about Snoop. Snoop's been consistent for all of these years. He's been consistent since 1992. When everybody thought it was over with for Snoop, Snoop found a way to make himself relevant and has made himself probably the most iconic image in hip-hop history. Somebody that, you can go anywhere in the world and they're going to tell you who Snoop Dogg is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Ivan. Don't rent you out. Rent you out for what, bro? What you do? Snoop's album dropped. And my brother King Chaz called me right away. King Chaz, if y'all recall, is the guy that kidnapped me and took me to the studio last month. And we made a record. He called me. He was like, yo, this album dropped. Now, I had been looking forward to that album the whole time. And Jonathan trigger happy or I'm trigger happy. I've been looking forward to this album, and then they spoke about it. Dre and Snoop spoke about it on the Drink Champs podcast. When I saw the 4 tracks, me and Oso watched the 4 tracks that they put up there. Rodriguez always just got to come in hot and shit. Contrarian, all right? All right. Those are your opinions. Salutes, all right? But right now, fuck your opinion. We're talking about mine. So and not only that, I'm separating any of the controversy of Snoop lying or whatever. I'm separating that from the music right now. We're talking about a music channel, so catch up. I wanted to hear the album. I wanted to hear that Last Dance for Mary Jane with Tom Petty. I wanted to hear that Sting joint. I was looking forward to the album. I know when him and Dre get together, it's always going to be something special. And I think it was something special. Chaz called me last night, said the album dropped. I listened to it quickly. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Me and him had a few words, and I said, listen, I got the music channel already sitting on standby. Rodriguez was timed out for 60 seconds. Jonathan, you wildin'. Jonathan, don't time him. I mean, he will be back in 60 seconds, but relax. You trigger happy right now. Wait for the green light. All right? Don't make me put your wrench in the bathroom. Hit the like button, y'all, if you have yet to do so. Shout out Guillermo Pac has subscribed. Shout out Guillermo Pac. You've been around for a while. I'm ashamed of you. You late on subscribing. Salutes. But I'm glad you finally made it. He needed a water break to count bubbles. No, this is not Section 8. There's no water breaks over here, all right? Over here, we put him in the fucking bathroom. Over here, we put him in the bathroom. We put him in the bathroom, whether 60 seconds or 24 hours or for life, but they end up in the bathroom.
I'm in your bubble.
Guillermo Pac just subscribed on YouTube.
So I called him back and I was like, yo, we spoke quickly about the album. And the ideas that we were sharing with each other was something I thought would be good for y'all to hear. So I told him I got the channel on standby. I have a channel that I'll be sharing with y'all very soon. It's called For Beginners, and this is the channel where I want to cover music and hip hop culture. So I'm looking to shoot a video for that on Friday and hopefully have it ready for you on Monday from the new music channel, and we will be reviewing and reacting to the Missionary album. Right? And then we'll go from there and we'll see how the content moves from there. But that's the plan. A music channel as well. For those that don't know, I already have a film and TV reaction channel. And I have a combat sports channel. Both of which I have been putting some work into and want to put more work into. I'll drop those for you in the chat right now. Where they at? Here we go. We got Ill Films and Head Kicks, and then I will keep y'all posted on the music channel. The show that me and King Chaz are gonna do is gonna be called Two Shy Guys. TOO, Two Shy Guys. So salutes. Here are the Combat Sports channel and the TV channel. So boom. Shout out Guillermo Pac. Been here for a long time. You have been here for a long time. Salutes. Appreciate you. So what's up? Did Mayo have something into mini league? We'll get to it, Jesse. I'm doing my due diligence right now. Shout out Zaza. Got to get back to work. Doing these lives early. Catch the replay later. Salutes to you. Replay gang. Shout out Guillermo Pac. All right. Let me see. All right. Hundreds up, hit the buttons, hit all the buttons, hit the hearts, hit the laughs, hit the everything on here. Boom, whatever you can hit that shit. The surprise face, whatever works. Let's get it. Hundreds up in the chat for y'all. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. We're going to get into this interview with Annabelle Hernandez and get her thoughts on it. And we're going to talk about how that correlates to what Jay wanted to tell you guys the other night. Let's get it.
Y tal y como les comentaba
Salutes to you, Jesse Sanchez. I appreciate you.
ayer,
Hopefully no one manages to mess up the pronunciation of that easy title, Chili. Since the first Twins episode, Guillermo Pac, you were here on time, but you was late on the subscribe. Salutes, we appreciate you though. Let's get it. Let's get the lady
el
with the big
viernes
glasses.
fue reaprendido en Estados Unidos Damaso López Serrano. Le llaman el Mini Leak, que durante muchos años fue pues uno de los operadores más importantes del cártel de Sinaloa.
All right, she said we're going to talk about the Jonathan, born and raised in Linwood. I express my opinion. Don't misuse the little power you have. Jonathan, he on your ass. Don't worry. I'll give you the green light when to clap him and you can bust him in his head with your wrench. All right, one of the most important operators of Sinaloa Cartel, godson of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. Right? Oh, shit. Salutes Rocksteady, all right? Salutes Rocksteady for looking out for y'all. All right? Rocksteady just gifted 10 memberships, right? 10 memberships. Salutes to Rocksteady for gifting 10 memberships. All right? I'm going to consider Rocksteady the sponsor of the day. All right? The sponsor of this show. Let's let these usual suspect memberships ring out. Shout out Rocksteady. Let's see. Hopefully we got some people in there that we see from the chat. I only really see one. I see a couple that be in the comments. That's what's up. Let's see. Salutes Hector. Olascoaga got a membership. Sean got a membership. MB225 got a membership. The homegirl Brittany Montalvo got a membership. All right. Salutes to Brittany Montalvo. She stay up in the chat and in the live streams. Shout out Domenico Colandria. He stays in the comment section. So salutes to him for getting one. Gino in there too. Gino got one. Vegas Pete, Nefarious, George Fuentes, and Ranger Fan 11. Salutes and thank you very much to Rocksteady for gifting 10 memberships. All right. Appreciate you. Shout out William Borden. I've been here since the first Twins episode 2. Salutes. All right. I appreciate you guys. Shout out Zoraida. Salutes to Rocksteady. Congratulations to the new members. Salutes to HG on the check-in. How you doing, HG? Hope all is well. All right. Again, salutes Rocksteady. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much for supporting the channel on that level. Right? YouTube needs to acknowledge that I got the best chat in the fucking game. Best chat on the platform. Play games if you want to, all right?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Oye, ¿y el Rocha? ¿Y el Rocha? Bueno, ¿y el Rocha?
Salutes. All right? Salutes, salutes, salutes. Let's get it. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. Rodriguez, watch how you speak to me. Snooper Legend, I playfully timed you out for a minute. Yeah, have a fucking sense of humor. Rodriguez, if we got to listen to your shit and deal with your trolling, maybe you got to deal with ours too, motherfucker. Damn, we got a baller on the chat. Nice, nice. Salutes, HG. Rocksteady, you are officially the baller of the chat. All right, maybe that'll be the sponsor position. We'll put up image that says the baller of the chat. All right. All right. Congratulations, Brittany Montalvo. Got you a membership. Salutes. This is about the channel, not about you, Jonathan. All right, you guys can have that conversation on your own in there. Salutes, Jonathan. Don't be too heavy with the wrench today. Y'all argue. Moment is disrespectful. Let me give the green light. Salutes. All right, those have gone through. Let's get it.
Ahora, que comentaba ayer, el viernes fue reaprendido en Estados Unidos. Damaso López.
All right, that might call for a members only live right after this one. So let's get it. Shout out Iniciales on the check-in. Salutes.
Serrano. Le llama.
I don't know, Rodriguez. You looking a little tender after he hit you with that wrench, though, bro. You know, it's fair play.
El mini leak, que durante muchos años fue pues
All right,
uno de
so
los
for many years, he
operadores
was
más
one of the most important
importantes del
operators
cártel
of the
de
Sinaloa
Sinaloa,
cartel,
ahijado
godson
de Joaquín el Chapo
of Joaquín el
Guzmán.
Chapo Guzmán.
Parecía que era como el
It
hijo
seemed that he was
pródigo
like
del
the
Chapo
prodigal
Guzmán.
son of El
El
Chapo
mini leak
Guzmán.
ahora, acusado
Mini
de
leak, now
traficar
accused of
fentanilo,
trafficking
había
fentanyl,
ya estado preso en
had
Estados
already
Unidos,
been in the
salió
United
libre
States,
hace 2
was
años
released 2 years
por
ago
buen comportamiento.
for good
Se
behavior.
sabe además
It's
que
also
fue
known
testigo
that he was
colaborador en
actually a
realidad de las
cooperating witness
autoridades
to the U.S.
estadounidenses.
authorities.
Y por ello,
And that is
esta
why,
mañana vamos
this
a hablar
morning,
con
we're
Anabel
going to speak with Annabelle Hernandez,
quien es una especialista
who's
en
a
este
specialist
tema. Anabel, ¿cómo
in this
estás? Buenos
topic.
días.
Annabelle, what's
¿Qué tal,
poppin'?
Adela? Muy buenos días y buenos días a la audiencia.
Annabelle, you
Muchas
tweaking?
gracias.
Me
Flip
da
that
gusto
shit over.
saludarte. ¿Le puedes dar la vuelta a la cámara? Te estamos viendo.
No
Ahí
mames,
estás.
güey.
Ahí estás.
Pero ya no sé. ¿Así?
Ya,
¿Está
ahí
bien?
estás, ahí
Ok,
estás.
perfecto.
Ya,
Ok.
perfecta.
Perfect.
Oye, Anabel, bueno, pues
Annabelle.
un primer apunte de tus impresiones sobre esta.
First notes of your impression on his apprehension of the mini leak.
I'm losing weight and feeling confident.
Get it, girl.
next to hers.
Get it, girl.
I got
Get it,
prescribed
girl.
compounded GLP-1 injections, which have the same
Pues mira, Adela, justamente
Shout out Zorada. Should be free for the members. Salutes. We will be here.
acabo de sacar.
Well, look, I just released an episode of my podcast,
hablando de este tema.
Narco Systems,
Y
talking
creo
about this
que,
topic.
tendríamos que
And I
reflexionar
think
diferentes
we should
temas,
reflect
¿no?
on different
Al menos
things.
yo en lo particular,
At least I personally,
lo conocí directamente.
I met him directly,
Lo vi en California.
saw him in California.
3 días de una larguísima
We had 3
entrevista,
days of a very long interview
del 30 de septiembre
from September
del año
30th
pasado
of last
al
year
2 de octubre.
to
Fueron
October
días
2nd.
de muchas preguntas, ¿no?
There were
Realmente
days of many
en total nos
questions.
vimos más de 24 horas.
In total, we met for more than 24 hours.
Y él fue quien me contactó para poder hacer esa
And
esa-
he was the one who
esa
contacted me
entrevista,
to
¿no?
be
Al
able to do
inicio era
that
simplemente,
interview.
hacer contacto conmigo.
At the
Finalmente
beginning, it
pude
was simply to make
persuadirlo yo
contact with
de
me.
hacer esta entrevista,
Finally, I was
y
able to
es así
persuade him
como
to do this
viajo yo
interview.
de
And that's how I
Europa
traveled from Europe
ahí
to
a la
there,
ciudad de California, y
in
lo
the
veo
city in
directamente.
California. I seen him directly.
En primer lugar, tendríamos que
First of
acotar
all, we should point out
que Damaso López
that
Serrano
Damaso López Serrano mini
pertenece
leak
a una nueva generación de
belongs to a new
narcotraficantes.
generation of drug
Digamos,
trafficker.
es de la misma generación de
Let's say he's from the same
narcotraficantes
generation of
de,
drug
de
traffickers
Mayito Gordo, el hijo
as
de,
Mayito Gordo,
Mayo Zambada,
the son of
que
El Mayo
se
Zambada,
que el
of
propio
Serafín
Ismael,
Zambada.
Zambada Sicairos, el Mayito
Ismael
Gordo,
Zambada
el
himself,
jefe
if you see the
de
skinny
lo
Mayito,
que queda de la facción
who is
de Mayo
currently the leader of
Zambada,
what remains of the Mayo
era
Zambada
amigo
faction,
prácticamente desde su
he was a
adolescencia,
friend
desde
practically
los
since his
16 años,
adolescence, since he
era
was
amigo
16
de
years
los
old.
Chapitos,
He was a
hijos
friend of the
del
Chapitos, of the
Chapo
sons of the
Guzmán.
Chapo
Su
Guzmán.
padre, Damaso López Núñez Sales, el licenciado,
Damaso
después
López
uno de los
Núñez,
artífices de la fuga
el
del Chapo Guzmán,
licenciado,
después
oh, hold on,
hijos
did she say son?
del Chapo
60-year-old,
Guzmán, su padre, Damaso
and
López Núñez Sales,
Chapo
el
Guzman, his
licenciado,
father Damaso
es uno
Núñez,
de
el
los
licenciado,
artífices de
is
la
one of the
fuga del Chapo
architects of the
Guzmán de
escape of El
Puente
Chapo
Grande,
from
cuando
Puente
era
Grande,
director
when he
de
was deputy
seguridad,
director of
pues ahí
security,
cuando los destinos
and
de,
that is when,
pues, de
well,
prácticamente de
the
Mini
destinies of
se
Mini
unen a
Leak
los del
are
cártel de
practically
Sinaloa
linked
cuando
to
él,
those of the
pues, era
Sinaloa
todavía
cartel. So for those that are out there that don't know, right, we're going to break that down quickly. Shout out to the chat. SoCal still waiting on the new Oakland video. Not yet, bro. First impressions, she's devastated. Salute Fernando on the check-in. Zorada said nada. from SoCal. That's the answer to SoCal's question. Nada. at the gym hearing you. Salutes to you, Luis Robledo. Salutes. You're harping now, Rodriguez. You're harping, bro. Shout out Fernando. The reason I come here softy and bending the rules, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, the rules are bendy, bro. They're very bendy. Haven't you been able to notice this in the game? All right, y'all. I'll let y'all argue. Boom. Let's get it. Clear that. So let's talk about that. So for those that don't know, Mini Leak's place in the game, how they came into the game, how he became a quote unquote narco junior, right? Is she sneezing right there? I did her bogus. I paused it right at the wrong time. Rodriguez, it'd be like that, man. You walk in, you took the contrarian route, somebody hit you in the head with a wrench for 60 seconds. You'll be all right, man. Bathroom didn't hurt that bad. When Chapo was in that prison, huge prison, Mini Leak's father, El Licenciado, was the head of security for that prison, and he helped get him out, and that brought him the good graces of Chapo Guzman and brought him into the family, and from there they became, the narco trafficking family that they are. Hence the connection between the young Chapitos, the young Maitos, and the young Licenciado. All right? That's the connection. And Mini Leak is Mini Licenciado. All right? Salutes. Boss, saludos a la maíza. Saludos a la gente. La maíza me vale. La pizza me vale. Los otros me vale. I don't care. Huh? Do you love the Mexican people, boss? You gotta love the Mexican people. Get off the nuts of these other motherfuckers. Iniciados, I don't think I've seen you in a minute. Salutes. Shout out Street Vids on the check-in. Shout out HG. She was like, put him in a fucking bench, Mike. It be like that sometimes. So that's the connection for those that don't know. All right, here we go. Mini League practically linked to those of the Sinaloa cartel. When he was still a minor, and according to what he told me himself, he was the one who insistently wanted to enter organized crime. So he told her he wanted to be a gangster. Mama, you raised a gangster. Like, he wanted to be that. Pull out the pom-poms. They be coming in here, pom-pom. Puro el otro. Relax, bro. Although his father was already a criminal, his father was already involved in the cartel. Apparently, neither his father or his mother wanted him to get involved in the criminal business. And for what he tells me himself, which I narrate in detail in the podcast, his parents made different attempts to prevent him from becoming involved in the criminal world. But he insisted and got involved anyway. And as you well know, they were friends, partners, compadres of Los Chapitos. Well, in 2016, after the third and last arrest of Chapo Guzman, a bloody war broke out with the Chapitos. And he decided to surrender to American justice to save his life. And that is where we would say that apparently one would have thought that there's a breakup of Mini Leak with this criminal world. 5 years in prison. He's released on conditional release. I have the court documents there. All the guidelines that he had to follow and continue enjoying his conditional release, that is, a freedom under supervision. He was going to be 5 years. All right, salutes. Mexican people be the best people. Salutes to you, El Toro. So-called said, what do you think of the new Mexican president, Cyberbomb? Do you think she'll try to curb cartel activities, or will it be business as usual? We've been talking about this for a long time, and these consensus, I mean, there's a little argument, give and take here and there, but the consensus is that business as usual. But some people say, well, how can you say it's business as usual when you're seeing people get knocked down left and right? Shout out HG for another infamous set of emojis, the nut hugger emoji. Salutes. right? So yeah, some say it's business as usual. Some say it's not business at all. Look at everybody falling, right? So who knows? Hit the like button if you have yet to do so, y'all. 46 current viewers, 29 likes. Let's get it. It's crazy how she went from a respectable reporter to a watching cheddar, like you would say. See, that's the thing. I don't know her like that to know that she's a watching cheddar or she's on the level or what she is. So I appreciate y'all's input. Y'all help me with that type of shit. Somebody asked me in the comments today if I would buy a used car from Luis Chaparro. I should put that poll up. Right? Y'all want the poll, man? Would you buy a... Let's see. Start a poll. Would you buy a used car from Luis Chaparro? That, boom. Throw that up there. Yes or no? Let's get it. That's the poll. Would you buy a used car from Luis Chaparro? Right. Again, shout out Rocksteady. Shout out Borregazo on the check-in. Hey, Shael, you have an accent there from some hood. What were you banging back then? Sureños or something? I have an accent? What are you talking about? You sound misinformed, Maisa guy. SoCal and Shy, the new president's pretty good depending on what view you have. Well, that's the problem. Everybody's going to have a different view. Shout out Guillermo Pop, Canadian, the building. Borregazo, salutes. All right, let's get it. Bro, she used to be the truth. Annabelle used to be the truth. She was on some gangster shit back in the day. I'm studying for my CPA. Salutes to you, sir. It's like the bar exam, but for accountants. Get it done, bro. I plan on needing a good accountant one day. All right, salutes.
En el 2027.
Yeah.
All right, so he was going to have 5 years probation, what she's saying.
Él tenía que seguir para poder seguir gozando de esta libertad.
To enjoy his conditional release, blah, blah, blah.
Bajo supervisión.
Sí.
Iba a estar 5 años, es decir, esta libertad bajo supervisión iba a terminar en el 2027.
Right, his probation was going to end, his parole was going to end in 2027. And now with this surprise, well, at least a surprise for me, to see that a young man is 37 years old. And what he told me directly is he knows that his cooperation, his good behavior with the American authorities depended on whether his mother, his brother, his sister, his partner, his son could be safe in the United States. Now with this situation from this arrest, there's no doubt that there was an arrest. I was able to confirm it. All right, we got a confirmation not only from Luis Chaparro, we got confirmation from Annabelle Hernandez. Salutes, all right? Shout out to 298 Sosa. Yeah, like, I don't know. Buddy's misinformed, right? 298? Shout out Zoraida. Definitely misinformed. Yeah, there you go. Definitely misinformed. This is all inside jokes here, y'all. Y'all have to watch past episodes to get that shit. So she was able to confirm it over the weekend with United States authorities.
Ahora con esta detención, ¿qué va a pasar con su familia? Él sabe que su familia es deportada.
Boss, you sound like you don't have much of a background in it, but yeah, we don't have to have those conversations. Salutes. Glad you're here for the content. Let's get it. Hit the like button. Hope you hit the like button too.
Con autoridades de Estados Unidos.
All right, she confirmed it with United States authorities.
Ahora con esta detención, ¿qué va
Now
a
with
pasar
this
con su
arrest,
familia? Él sabe
what'll happen
que
to his family?
su familia es deportada.
He knows that if his family's deported to Mexico, then
Prácticamente
practically
los estaba condenando a muerte, ¿no? Entonces, uno se
it's a death
preguntaría
sentence.
qué es lo que motiva
Then one would wonder what motivates a young man
la había librado.
Ya la había
who would say
librado.
he'd been free within a few years in prison to
Ya la
relapse.
había librado, Anabel. ¿Y cuál es tu lectura?
Annabelle,
Es decir,
what is your interpretation? That is to
pasaste
say,
tantas horas con él en esto,
who spent so many,
días,
you who spent so many hours with him in 3 days, how long did the conversation last? She was about to give you some stuff, Glasses Lady. She was about to get to the gusto. She wasn't even done talking. Glasses Lady interrupted her and took her to something that don't matter. How long did the conversation last? Who gives a fuck? I was about to break some shit down for you right now. Who cares how long the conversation lasts? Shout out to the poll. Let's see if she has a reason for asking that shit. Would you buy a used car from Luis Chaparro? 21% say yes, 79% say no, 14 votes so far. Salutes. Shout out HG. All right, on the lookout for the nut huggers. Salutes. She was at Mayo side chick. That sounds like one of them crazy rumors, Guillermo. The side chick? Coño, man. But then again, crazy rumors have turned into stories for me on this channel, so you could possibly be right. Hit the like button, y'all. And it was so many hours. What impression did it give to you that was already out of the world, and what impression did he give to you that he was already out of the world and that he didn't want to come back? She was about to tell you that. Because how long ago was this interview? She said October of last year. From September 30th to October 2nd. It was a short time ago. We still kept in touch through different secure platforms. So I could get back with him and be throwing around doubts that I had about the interview. More questions to ask. Well, for me, I still have questions. I mean, if you ask me what I think, I will tell you that I have a lot of questions. For example, I remember the interview I did with him because I was very interested in knowing how the topic of Fetty WAP, I think that is the only one that has at least... I was very interested in knowing how the topic of Fetty WAP, that I think is the only one that has at least narrated in it in a specific way, when how... Jesus Christ, she interrupted her again. Let me see. So she wanted to talk about Fetty WAP, which is something that she felt doesn't get... we're going to get to that, Guillermo Park. You got to let me produce the show. And it's my business to ignore that, but you know. She wants to get on the Fetty WAP subject because she believes it's something that doesn't get spoken about enough. Right? That's what she's trying to get at, and she got interrupted.
Claro, que es pues en el 2014, que casi echando ahí la chorcha, ¿no? Entre comillas, entre los jefes del cártel de Sinaloa, que estaba el papá de Minilic, estaba el Chapo, estaba el Mayo, llega alguien para decir que había esta chiva sintética, así le llamaban en aquel momento.
Okay, so that's what he wanted to talk about. How the implementation of it came in 2014 with the bosses being there and them having that conversation or whatever. She wanted to get into that stuff. It was a big issue, she said, of course. In 2014, throwing around amongst the heads of the Sinaloa cartel, Mini League, Chapo, Mayo. Someone comes to say that there was a synthetic brocane. If they called it that at the time, a synthetic heroin, they did not call it Fetty WAP. But it was finally synthetic that some criminals' families in Michoacan were producing. And in that meeting where Minilik was present, it was ordered that someone go to China and investigate how this whole thing happened. The person from China did not return and said, well, the formula is this, and the market is this. Because the problem with the Fetty WAP issue is that in reality, when the Sinaloa cartel launched this product on the market was already there due to the serious damage done by the American pharmaceutical companies there, which was the one that really created the market. That is, in this case, the Fetty WAP consumption market was not created by the drug cartels. It was not created here. It was created by the pharmaceutical companies, and when the United States government prohibits them from continuing to produce that rug, what does the cartel do, my friends? Well, that's where the market is. That's where they're consumers. We have to feed that market that already exists, which generates a lot of addiction. I don't disagree. It's a big part of it. What the fuck is wrong with your grill? Let's get up with the chat real quick. Salute, 61 concurrent viewers, 32 likes. Y'all being disrespectful. You're being entertained for the free. Hit that like button. All it takes is a little bit of kinetic force with your thumb, and you got that. All right? So all the kinetic thumb action you're going to get this week. Salutes. Annabelle Hernandez is very reputable. I know she's been getting some heat lately, but never forget the power of the Mexican media. Anyone can make you look bad, just saying. Yeah, Mini League blew it with this one. Thing to do a channel. It's one thing to do a channel, which I'm a fan of, but to still be trafficking Fetty and think you could go back home and have power is just plain delusional. Shy, if I may ask, is Mini League related to the people from the cemetery that was done bogus? Absolutely. That was his family. His family burial grounds was not only defaced and destroyed, but the bodies was taken out of there. Salutes. Hit the like button, y'all. The problem with the former cartel members, especially those who held high-ranking positions, is their chronic main character syndrome mixed with a dash of narcissism. Absolutely. Ego. They're not going to swing them up, Fernando. Not all of them. They're accustomed to being the man or constantly in the spotlight. That's why many relapse or more recently start YouTube channels. Facts. Speaking of which, shout out Upper Echelon on the check-in. All right, you walked in at that time, not me, bro. Salutes. Let's see. Oh yeah, Big Pharma 1000% created the market for cartels, specifically CDS Chapo in the 90s. Damn, she's rude as hell. She's protecting her man. Wait, who else has a YouTube channel? There was only 2 real cartel members with channels, Okran and Sha'il. I'm next. Upper Echelon, saludos, Robin. You almost caught someone innocent being unalive. Yeah, he almost put somebody in the bathroom yesterday or Monday. Shout out Zoraida. Shout out Aquino on the check-in. And they did some wild shit with those bodies. Yeah, I didn't even want to know. All right, salutes. Hit the like button, y'all. Let's get it. So she just broke down the whole America. This is America. They created this dope shit. Let's get it. Now, when Chapo goes to prison, Damaso explains is that the Chapitos who have the idea of, well, let's develop this new business. And wow, what they developed. So when we talk about Fetty Wap, at least that is what the media points out. That supposedly the crime was the lack of effort that comes from them to stop him. Yo, these subtitles is crazy. Let me listen to that.
Las familias criminales en Michoacán lo estaban produciendo. Ahí en esa junta donde Minili que estaba presente, se ordena que vaya alguien a China y se investigue cómo fue este rollo, ¿no? Regresa la persona de China, el enviado, y dice, bueno, la fórmula es esta, y el mercado es este. Porque el problema del tema del fentanilo es que en realidad cuando el cártel de Sinaloa sale con este producto al mercado, el mercado ya estaba ahí por el daño tan grave que hicieron las farmacéuticas americanas allá, que fueron las que crearon realmente el mercado. O sea, en este caso, el mercado del consumo del fentanilo no lo crearon los cárteles de la droga. Aquí lo crearon las farmacéuticas, que cuando el gobierno de Estados Unidos les prohíbe seguir produciendo esa droga, ¿qué hace el cártel? Compadres, pues ahí está el mercado, ahí están los consumidores, hay que nutrir a ese mercado que ya existe.
Que genera muchísima adicción, ¿no?
Cuando el Chapo entra en prisión, lo que explica Damaso es que son los chapitos los que tienen la idea de, pues, desarrollemos este nuevo...
All right, so he's saying that she's saying that he told her once Chapo was locked up, the chapitos were like, we got to run with this thought. We got to run with this idea.
Negocio y vaya que lo desarrollaron. Entonces, cuando hablamos del fentanilo, que al menos esto es...
Okay, so when we talk about fentanyl,
lo que señalan medios de comunicación.
El Toro, why did you El Toro, you got to go unhide 298 Sosa, please. You guys are being very pocket wrenchy today, all right? You got to bring back 298 Sosa. You hid him from the whole channel. Let me go do this. You guys are wilding today. Play nice. Let's see. 298 channel activity. Let me see. Here we go. I'm going to do it. Unhide user on this channel. All right, you back. Y'all got to watch out with your wrenches out there. Again, shout out Rocksteady for sponsoring today's show with 10 gifted memberships. Salutes.
Que supuestamente ese fue el delito, la falta que cometió para que lo detuvieran.
Sí.
Hay una especie de blog, Adela, que se llama Cartel Insider.
She said there's a blog called Cartel Insider. I don't know what she's getting at.
Publicó ayer
Yeah, I know it was a mistake, Toro. Salutes.
el primer artículo, ahora sí la exclusiva,
Ajá.
una persona, un comunicador, ¿no? Que se llama Mica Treviño,
Sí.
donde
Somebody on a blog named Mika Treviño.
habla de los pormenores de cómo
Why you say fuck me for? Woke up, Floyd said fuck this one, fuck 50. Why you say fuck me for? Jay, did you try? Yeah, we're not doing that.
la captura. O
Sí,
sea,
sí.
él evidentemente
Details of how the capture was.
sí tuvo acceso directo a los oficiales que le platicaron como
He said he had direct
Aparentemente
access. She
todo
just
esto
switched
ocurrió
and went to a whole nother story right here.
entre el
Told the blog how all of this
el
happened
jueves
last
y viernes
Thursday
pasado.
and Friday.
Estaba Minilik con su familia.
Menelik was with his
Tranquilamente,
family.
Había pasado ya la hora de la cena.
Quietly, it was already
Cuando
dinner
llegan
time
estos elementos
when these
de la
FBI
FBI y lo
elements
detienen.
arrived and arrested him.
Aparentemente, él no
Apparently,
pone
he did
ninguna
not put up a fight.
resistencia, de acuerdo a la crónica que se escribe en este blog que se llama
According to the
Cartel
chronicle that is
Insider.
inscribed,
Y,
this blog
habla
called
de cómo
Cartel Insider, and it
supuestamente
talks
ya
about how the
el
FBI
FBI
supposedly
tenía una
already
serie de
has
carga
a
de pruebas,
series
o sea, tenía pruebas, tenía
of
aparentemente
charges
llamadas
that it has
telefónicas,
evidence. It
tenía
apparently had
registraciones,
phone calls, it had recordings.
aparentemente todo indica
Que ya
Apparently,
llevaba
everything
un rato,
indicates that it had been a case for a while. Now, in the article that we read here the other day, we spoke about how they had been on him for 8 months. And supposedly, 3 people posing as his associates were confidential informants. 61 concurrent viewers, 36 likes. Let's get some respect around here. I had to shut this motherfucker down. Shit. Shout out Big Body. Shot keeps coming with news. Salutes. Shout out Fetty Wap having his own market behind bars. Salutes. Shout out Rocksteady. Oh, let's get it, man.
Sí, sí, sí. Y que ya llevaban.
So they said, so she's saying they said they got a solid case. They got all the shit they need. They got evidence. And they've been on him for a while.
Un rato dedicándose a eso. Es decir, muy probablemente cuando tú lo entrevistaste
She said more than likely when you interviewed him,
Había
he was
vuelto.
back in the game.
La investigación, al menos lo que dice este colega,
She said at least this colleague, Mike Treviño, says it's an FBI investigation of 8 months.
Así que realmente cuando comenzó a traficar.
So really when he started trafficking is not known. Maybe as you say when I interviewed him that he was trafficking or it was later in reality until now we will know. We don't know. When the criminal file is opened in the United States. And we'll see from when to when.
Pero la ironía es que cuando yo hablé con Minilik,
but the irony is that when I spoke to Minilik, he was really shocked. At least that's what he said directly. His words are, it seemed very perverse on the part of the Chapitos to be producing Fetty Wap with these M30 pills, because they could even seem like candy that children take. You remember that there was a case of a daycare center, if I'm not mistaken. It was at the end of 2020. Now, does that sound, what does that sound like to you, huh? Shout out T Streets for subscribing. I appreciate you. What does that sound like to you? Right? You used to be tight with these guys. Your father was involved in this idea of...
T Streets just subscribed on YouTube.
Your father got you in the game, you know what I'm saying? You fall out with this family, they run you out of Dodge. Then you get up, you do your 5 years, you get your parole. And then you call the reporter and you tell the reporter they smoking babies, man, with this fentanyl stuff, right? Do I believe he really cares about them babies? No. He just wanted to put that image out there. It's public relations. It's public negotiations. It's public warfare using media. You know what I mean? So that shit just seems obvious to me. Hit the like button, people. Salutes. Zoraida said it. You don't listen to me, listen to her. Salutes. Let me see. Remember, life isn't always as bad as it may seem. Let's focus on the good things we have in our life. For some, there's none. For others, there's a little bit more. Salutes. I didn't know what the hell was going on until so I said, I'm like, damn, why I got clapped? 2022, where a New York child was unalive from a Fetty overdose. Well, because the daycare center was used as a kind of warehouse to save the Fetty and the child would have had access. It is not known exactly how he ingested it or touched it or smelled it. Because it could be very dangerous, and the child was unalive. Then it seemed that Mini-Leak was very offended at that moment. It's not how it's possible. There's nothing else that caught. So what? Crack babies don't exist? Huh? Coke babies don't exist? Addicted babies? Babies born addicted to heroin? That don't exist? That's what I mean. There's a giant level of disingenuousness in this shit. These dudes be thinking it's, all it is a tactic. So miss me with that shit. What he said at the moment is that he had in mind, what he had in mind, what he really expressed was what I said. Only if he was not telling us the truth, then we could contrast that with what's happening now. But I put it because finally, what we can do is put everything on the table when you got the facts. All we can do as journalists is put everything out there and let you draw your own conclusion. He wanted to do let people draw their own conclusions. What he said was that he wanted to be able to give lectures to police officers, and law enforcement officers of the United States government in order to better explain to them how to fight drug traffickers, right? So basically, he not only did that, he made Jay look worse off to them police than Jay already does to them police. Or I'm saying, if he had the opportunity to do what he's saying right there, you know what I'm saying? That he wanted to talk to cops and shit, you know what I'm saying? Those police that you're talking to, and Jay Flores talking to, those police, half of them probably don't want to hear that shit. They want the information, but they probably don't want it from what they consider a criminal. They, hoorah, super cops, So they revel and they love. If a guy wants to come and lecture them about something, they love to see the recidivism rise. They love to see that dude go back to the joint. If you think that a lot of them cops that talk to Jay Flores don't want to see him back in the joint, you might be crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it's guys like this. Why you want to go talk to the police? Still doing the same shit. That's disingenuous. That shit not real. Primo, if he didn't answer the question, don't spam the chat with it. Wait till he's on the show next time. Just tuned in. What's up with the questionnaire about buying a used car from Luis Chaparro? Somebody in the comments asked me if I trust him, his character, to buy a used car from him. So I'm asking the people. He was hella trying to push an agenda against the pizzas. That was obvious, yep. El gobierno, coño. Just like when the pizzas put those banners up saying they weren't trafficking the Fetty. Tengo unos gatos en los pantalones. He was an undercover federale. Facts. That's what it's, basically. Right? I got to get that drop, man. I'm putting that drop in for the next live. Jay, he was trying to take your job. Facts. Let's get it.
Pude corroborar corroborar justamente ayer.
And I was able to
una
confirm
conversación
just yesterday in
con
a
un
conversation
informante,
with an informant
importante, que efectivamente me corroboró. Sí, yo hablé con mi
that effectively corroborated me. Yes, I spoke with Minilik and he told me the same thing. He says he told me that he effectively wanted to start training. He wanted to learn to speak English to be able to give these conferences, because they're conferences that are paid. There are already former drug traffickers in the United States who are in this conference market explaining at some conventions, at some colloquial conferences that are organized in different parts of the United States that give conferences on how to hunt,
¿Cómo cazarlos?
how to hunt the hunted. The irony that these criminals are out there in the name of, that's what she's saying, the irony that these criminals are out there in the name of, like, Frank Abagnale, you know what I'm saying? Utilizing their experience in the criminal world to law enforcement how to catch themselves. But this guy forgot to get out the game, and then they caught him. He was in a criminal / cooperator inception mini league. That's what it seems like to me. He was like 5 dreams deep type shit. Sounds like she's trying to clean up her image after platforming mini league and not editing out all the over the edge shit he said. Yeah, I didn't hear it, so I don't know what he's talking about. Are they tuning in? They're always tuning in. They're in, they're out. FBI rolled up on Mini League talking about not on duty. Not on duty. It's just crazy. Not just the criminal side. They don't want to hear from somebody that made 100 times more bread than them. Facts. They don't want that. Well, it's the life you chose, officer. No, and then they get on their high horse after they go dirty and they get popped off. They get caught. Yeah. Now nobody's a dirtbag no more. He's giving up everybody and still will have to do time. What a dumbass hasa. So the irony now seems that, well, the hunted one was Minilik himself. Were you surprised then by the news? Bro, that's the first question this lady asked her. You know what I'm saying? She said she was surprised. And now she's going to say no, she's not surprised. That was the first shit. Yeah, on the Sammy the Bull type shit. But on a different level. She said, oh, okay. Of course it surprised me. I was surprised. I said, of course. When you're interviewing these characters, you'll remember that I also interviewed Rafael Caro Quintero in 2016 and 2017 when he was a fugitive from justice at the time. When I interviewed Minnie, he was not a fugitive for justice. He was a very important star collaborator of the Department of Justice in the case of the Chapitos. When I interviewed Rafael Caro Quintero, he was a fugitive from justice. And for me, it was very interesting. It was very important to be able to compare these two generations that really changed both Caro Quintero and the Mini League generation. Completely the whole dynamics of drug trafficking in the world. Then I have had the opportunity to meet these two drug traffickers in 2 totally different times, and really anthropologically, sociologically, it is very interesting to be able to understand the difference between these 2 worlds. Not from the drugs they trafficked, even the way they dressed, the way of speaking. And well, I couldn't say do like a kind of crystal ball. I couldn't say what was going to happen in the future. No one goes and listens, and no one understands and asks questions, of course. Jesus fucking Christ. It's a lot to keep up, but that lady be interrupting and shit. So he was a paid informant after doing his time and doing the Sammy Bull dirt. Yep, we're going to get into it. He was doing a little bit for everybody from what she talking about. Huh? He was slumming. And he was doing a little bit for himself. A little bit you, a little bit me, little Oakland, little narco. You know, flip it over back and forth. See what happens.
I'm in your bubble. I'm in your bubble.
I can't believe someone will work with him knowing he cooperated. The game sure has changed. Greed is deadly. It's like Boldo said the other day. He got a group of guys that are always stealing from each other, but they still all do business together. Just be like that. It's the lowest common denominator. Not all genius shit, you know? Not everybody's a genius. Salutes. Let's get it.
Por supuesto, y yo, por ejemplo, ya la información que la información
The
que yo
information
quería de
that I wanted for myself, that I was interested in
que yo he
asking him
obtenido
about,
por
is
otras fuentes de
information that I had from
información.
other
Así que él,
sources
para
of
mí,
information.
cuando él abre la
So
puerta,
he, for
esta
me, when he
posibilidad
opens the
de
door, this
poder darme la
possibility
entrevista,
of
para mí
being
era una oportunidad
able to give me
única,
the interview for me was a
porque
unique
podía
opportunity
ayudarme a
because he could
confirmar
help me
información.
confirm important
Entonces, cuando lo
information.
conozco,
So when
me
I
dio
met
la
him,
impresión, al
he
menos
gave me the
esa fue la
impression,
impresión
at
que me
least,
dio, que pareciera un hombre
that he seemed
que
like a
quería
man
salir.
who
Pero
wanted to get
tampoco
out.
podía salir, Adela.
But
La
I couldn't
realidad,
get out
realidad
either,
es
Adele.
que no podía salir.
The
Y
reality
no
is that
podía
I
salir,
couldn't get out
incluso porque el propio gobierno de Estados
because the
Unidos
United States government
no
itself
se
did
lo
not allow
permitía.
it.
Y creo que ese también es un
And I
tema
think that
muy
it is
polémico.
also,
y
oh,
se
so
tiene
he's saying that. I thought she was talking about her. He's saying he can't get out. Hold on. What the fuck did she do? Let me
Esa fue la
listen to
impresión
her
que me dio, que
because
pareciera un hombre que quería salir, pero tampoco podía salir, Adela. La realidad es que no
come
podía
on, lady. Come on, lady. Now you're going in retrospect. That was a slick way of saying I couldn't tell the future, but look. She's saying it was it seemed like a guy that wanted out, but he couldn't get out. Like the American government didn't let him out. Like that sounds like hindsight to me. I could be wrong. But
salir. Y no podía salir. Incluso la realidad es que no podía salir, pero tampoco podía salir, Adela. Un hombre que quería salir, pero tampoco podía salir, Adela. La realidad es que no podía salir. Y no podía salir, incluso porque
now she's saying, so now she's vouching and she's saying, you know, he seemed like a man that wanted out, but he couldn't get out. That he couldn't because the United States
el
government
propio gobierno de Estados Unidos
itself
no
did
se lo
not allow
permitía.
it.
Y creo que ese también es un tema muy polémico que se tiene que poner sobre
And it is also a very controversial issue
la
that
mesa.
has to be
Yo no
put
estoy
on the
diciendo si
table.
es inocente o culpable.
I'm not saying
Eso
if
lo
he's
determinará un juez.
innocent or
Eso-
guilty.
eso
That will be
se
determined
verá
by a judge.
de qué están hechas las
That will
pruebas
be
que tienen
seen.
contra. La realidad
The evidence
es
against
que
him is that the
parte
reality
de la
is
tarea
that
que él tenía
part of the task he
apoyando al
had
Departamento de
supporting
Justicia es justamente
the
seguir
Justice Department is precisely to continue having contacts with drug traffickers
A mí
in
me
real
consta,
time.
eso sí lo puedo decir, y lo
I
explico
can
en
say
el
that,
podcast,
and I
me
explain it in the
consta,
podcast.
Me consta
I know that.
como él, cuando le llamaban y
When
le
they
pedían
called him and
información,
asked him for
como
information,
él iba a mandaba a alguien a buscar
he would send
información
someone to
en
look
tiempo
for
real
information
en el
in
cártel
real
de
time
Sinaloa, datos muy
on the
específicos
Sinaloa
que
cartel.
ayudaban al
Very
Departamento de
specific
Justicia.
data that helped the
Entonces, por una
United States
parte,
Department of
sí,
Justice.
estos-
So on the one
estas
hand,
personas
yes,
que salen en libertad
these people who
condicionada,
are
pues
released on
están un poco en
parole,
limbo,
well,
porque
they're a
dijéramos
bit
que él quisiera
in
que
limbo
no me-
because let's say he would like me not
no sé
to,
si quisiera o no,
I don't
la
know if
verdad
he
no-
would
no
like
se
to
lo
or not.
pregunté,
Jesus fucking Christ. It's not easy translating this shit. Hit the like button, y'all. Annabelle and Chaparro are like mini leaks and Camilo. Fuck that. Steal from me. You're not my friend. Man, it's amazing how many of them do it. That's exactly what she's saying. She's saying it, bro. Almost like she's saying, I couldn't tell for sure what was going to happen, but it seemed like it was. Fuck out of here, ho. So I'm going to send you a message. I can't listen. Salutes. I'm trying to tell you, bro, I was a fan of this lady, but all her inconsistency over the years just makes her look and sound dumb as shit. Let's get it. Annabelle, my mother strikes again.
Él aparentemente lo que quería pues era dedicarse.
Apparently, what he wanted was to
conferencias
dedicate
de
himself to
cómo cazar
conferences
narcos, ¿no?
on how to hunt drug
Entonces, si
dealers.
quería,
Here's
pues,
my question, though. Here's my question. If he already testified, if he wasn't in witness protection, and he volunteered to testify, he did his time, and he took his time and he took his parole time and served his condena. Why are they still asking him for information? That means he's still putting himself in that shit, right? Because what they got over him to hold him? Am I missing something? If he's not in witness protection, if he's not, that means he's actively working for them by his own volition, no? And nobody held him there. You're still doing it to yourself. Am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong. Honey's up in the chat for y'all for hanging out. We've been here an hour and 11 minutes. Salutes. 55 concurrent viewers, 41 likes. Let's get it. Appreciate y'all.
Oye, ¿y el Rocha? ¿Y el Rocha? Bueno, ¿y el Rocha?
So he wanted to do conferences on how to hunt rug dealers.
Un local de hamburguesas,
I don't know if he wanted to open a
bar,
store or
no sé,
hamburgers or a
podría ser
bar. I don't
aspiraciones de la
know
vida,
what his
pero
aspirations in life
cualquiera
are.
que estas fueran,
But whatever they
como
were,
quiera que sea, para
whatever it
seguir
was,
teniendo
to continue
esta
having
protección
that
del gobierno de
protection
Estados Unidos,
from the United States government. Is that what it was? The United States government holding that protection over your head to the point where you got to stay in the game? He's not in witness protection, Jonathan. I don't know that from my understanding, he wasn't in witness protection because he was, he came forward himself. I know you're reading this. Let me know if you need some VPA links or something. C3 Champ. They get on here all the time. They don't need no VPN link. But they also don't need to stop everything they're doing to entertain me and you. You guys have outrageous requests sometimes. All right. Chucky said, yep, that sounds about right, bro. I don't know. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me it's wrong. Tell me I'm tweaking. I just heard the whole original interview. She speaks fast. She might be CIA. Twins bless us with their time when they can. They don't work for us. Facts. His ego just couldn't allow him to move on with his life. I mean, my thing is, what were they holding over him? What protection? If he's not in witness protection, and from my understanding, he's not in witness protection. From my understanding, he was a witness that just came forward and volunteered and shit. Your Honor! Your Honor! You know? So what did they hold over his head? Not sending, you know, if you had a deal on the table, it sounds like he wanted it, they wanted it for him, and then the other guys wanted it for him too. Like he was working for everybody, and then they put the smash on him. Tell me if I'm wrong. So if you want that protection, that shelter, the possibility that his family would be there, also hope that he would collaborate, that he would help his father who had first been sentenced to life imprisonment. Then the sentence was reduced. Well, he hoped that all this collaboration, okay, so that's what it was. A part of this, a part of that. Part of it, I'm going to work this deal. All right, I'll do this for you, this for you, this for you. And guess what they did? They fucked you. They fucked you with the cell phones, all right? They said...
Adios, pendejo.
They said...
Your services are no longer needed in the community.
Años de cárcel de su padre disminuyeran. Entonces, pues todo el tiempo estaba ahí.
So all the time, it was seen that he was still 1 foot in on the other side. The United States government itself. So one would wonder what happened to the agents who are supervising him. It won't be that they pushed him too much. We'll have to see. I still have to see. I would say I have doubts about what really happened. Was that a Fetty Wap operation he doing, or was it something he was asked to do? There are also powers in the United States agencies under surveillance of the DEA that had to be monitoring him every day with those that he had been reporting to. He had to report himself. He had to do urine tests. He had to prove that he did not use drugs. He had to notify that he was going to change residence. He had to notify the judge and the agents if he had contact with people from the criminal world. He could only do so if he had express authorization. That's where there's a thin line, a rubber band that could be stretched. You understand? There's conditions of release. And I was allowed to continue having contact with criminals as long as I had the consent, the permission, the knowledge of the agents who were in charge of the surveillance. So what happened in the meantime is a question that is still unclear.
Claro, Adela. O sea, es como ¿cómo está ese dicho? Que nunca me sale bien. Goloso el niño lo metes a la dulcería, ¿no?
Sí, claro.
Así, ¿no?
Claro.
En la tensión de, bueno, ya era una persona que había estado en ese...
Infiltrados, claro.
Hold on, y'all. I have to read a message. Y'all know what it is when it be information. I'm glad you cleared up the witness protection on, because I was going to say Cartel Wise was an example, but no, it seems like he just loved the life. He had he was trying to get it all. He was trying to make it all happen at the same time. That boy he was very ambitious. Nothing, but he just wanted to get back on the pizzas. That's it. That's it. Salute, Luis Garcia. Appreciate you. Hit the like button if y'all have yet to do so, y'all. Now, if he was a working CI, does that mean he had a handler via DEA? Would that help his dad's case? Help his dad's case. If he was working if he was a working CI, does that mean he had a handler via the DEA? Would that help his dad's case? I don't know. But he said both these hoes are annoying. Hold on a sec. Give me a sec, y'all. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Let this play so I can catch up.
¿Me entiendes? Ahí están las condiciones de la liberación y tenía permiso de seguir teniendo contacto con criminales siempre y cuando tuviera la anuencia, el permiso, el conocimiento de los agentes que estaban encargados de su vigilancia, ¿no? Entonces, ¿qué pasó en el Inter? Es una pregunta que todavía está en el aire.
Claro, porque él para informar a su vez tenía que tener
información. Now, another thing that I want to make clear to y'all too is that that was the. We're gonna get into it right now. Let's keep going. Let's get through this. Hold on.
Informantes y algunos infiltrados, claro.
Taking my time. I'm cooking. Shout out William Cadell. Shit crazy. Shit is definitely crazy. Who would have thought Mini Leak would be this interesting? The story. Where's Mini Leak's lawyer and all this? And not only that, we saw something in the Discord that I'll show you guys right now. We saw this in the Discord. Well, I dropped it in the Discord actually. I don't remember where I got it from. I think I got it from Chaparro's Instagram. Two things struck me with it, and that's why Zorada was saying, now we know why we don't find him on the prison websites and shit. This first one here says, hold on, let me get them both out here. That one and this one. This first one says, El Mini Leak had his second court appearance today before Judge Fitzpatrick, where he was denied a bond. He listened to his new charges for synthetic narcotic Fentanyl. Right? Shout out Chris Hernandez. Saludos, Sai. Está chingona tu gorra. Salutes to you, bro. I appreciate you. So boom, he had his court appearance, right? I'm like, man, we don't hear nothing about this. We don't see nothing about this. Not a nan, not a nothing. Right? And then he put out a second story. The top part is just a translation of it in Spanish. Mini Leak tuvo su segunda comparecencia judicial hoy ante el juez Fitzpatrick, donde se le negó la fianza. Escuchó sus nuevos cargos por narcótico sintético fentanilo. Then it says, López Serrano permanece a una prisión federal estadounidense. What's that word? I would say independent maybe. En Virginia, que no forma parte del BOP. Es por eso que su nombre no aparece en ningún motor de búsqueda de reclusos del BOP. They're saying that he's in a prison that's not part of the board of prisons, which is why we can't find him on any of the sites, and or nobody in the chat has been able to find him on the sites. So that stuck out as strange to me, and why he wouldn't put that in the American one. Okay, United States, is that what it means? Salutes. But anyways, so that's why we can't find them, and I ain't heard of no lawyer, I ain't heard of nothing, I ain't seen a picture, nothing. Surveillance, I'm out, agents. I'll be ghost gone. Shit. Did you end up finding any connection with Oakland and Minnie? Has it been confirmed? I mean, confirmed by Luis Chaparro. We'll probably see in this interview if Annabelle confirms it next. He was definitely working with intentions on getting his dad out. He had a plan. Did you catch the new episode of the Connect podcast? Yes, I did. I actually listened to that whole thing. I have a bunch of feelings about it. We'll talk about it. Maybe on another live. You got to remind me. He's in a U.S. federal prison. See, I like that interview. He basically explains everything I've said. Salutes. He's under a different name if he's under witness protection. Well, maybe Jay Flores should do a former Kingpin reacts to that interview, because everybody seems to say you're always hating. This is corroborated information, things that you know. Oh yeah, Upper Echelon confirmed it with his first draft. Remember, he confirmed that Oakland Leaks was mini leak. But yeah, he's under a different name if he's under witness protection. Yeah, he's probably under witness protection now. And I keep hearing that word, that he's under witness protection now, mini leak. Yeah, Jay confirmed it yesterday. Upper Echelon said, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I think that would be dope. A Kingpin reacts on that interview with that former Sicario. All right. Salutes. Let's get it. Right, Hunter's up in the chat for y'all. No, he didn't. But we're going to talk about that, Albert, because that has something to do with the same line of thought that Annabelle's going through. Was the same line of thought that Jay was going to bring to the table, but he didn't come back that night, and Annabelle beat him to it. You know, it'd be like that. Hunter's up in the chat for y'all. Let's get Hunter's up from everybody in the chat. Rep your city, rep your state, rep everything but your favorite cartel. Salutes. Let's get it. All right, so we're going to go back to the video. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that. So he's in a prison that ain't got nothing to do with the board of prisons, evidently. And who knows what's what. Back to the interview.
Goloso el niño, lo metes a la dulcería, ¿no?
Let's get it. Oh, man. I think so, too, Upper Echelon. Upper Echelon said, I think it's a deeper conversation on the numbness of violence he participated in, like soldiers who go to war. And I also felt like he had that. It was something that he found in him right away. It didn't sound like there was a lot of trepidation about getting into that business. But again, we'll save it for then. Salutes. So it might be he was still working off the record with DEA and FBI said, fuck that, we get in. It might have been working for both, Albert Flores. But again, those two motherfuckers, they're two different gangs. They don't fuck with each other. They don't like each other. You know? Shout out to Lily, Pomona Cali. They don't like each other. So, yeah, they probably soured the deal. We'll see. You better get you a socks hat or a Bulls hat in your next video. I'll revoke your... no, and he could wear his mask now. He could be, you know... Oakland J. Shout out to El Cartel. Champagne, salutes. Tijuana, salutes. Salutes to the desert. Yep, a businessman and an unaliver is different. That kid did break down what everybody be arguing about. Jay and P be trying to tell y'all that, yeah, those rug traffickers that y'all know, some of those guys was guys that had jobs within the cartel and they was able to hustle on the side. They weren't the bosses that you make them out to be. So that guy definitely spoke up on that. Big up to the Ravens and Orioles. Maryland, salutes. Then he admitted to committing unaliving, like Mexico won't arrest him. Yeah, he was wilding on that shit. But we'll talk about it. We wasting it in the chat. We'll do that on a former Kingpin Reacts when there's time. Salutes. Shout out to Bay. Shout out ATL. Salutes to everybody all across the world, to the millions of people watching at home. Let's get to 10,000 subs right now. Share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the hearts, hit the hundreds, hit the laughs, hit it all. Two different gangs is crazy but true. It's a fact. Two different gangs. Yeah, Boldo told you too that they even serve food. And again, I always put it tongue in cheek because I don't be giving a fuck. You know, go get the fucking cocas. But he said and it's like anything else. When you have, for instance, let's just say I have my team around me, right? I'm the guy. We got an event going on. I'm doing something over here. They know that they got to get some shit done. They just not sitting at the table I'm at, but they know that they got to get the tables up, the speakers up, whatever's happening, you know? So those type of things are, you know, that's the type of shit they were trying to tell y'all. But some of y'all know better than everybody. So it is what it is. Hit the like button, y'all. Let's get it.
Sí, sí.
Claro, Adela. O sea,
Tenía que tener informantes y algunos infiltrados, claro.
pasó en el Inter que estaban encargados
Permissions,
de vigilancia, ¿no? Entonces,
knowledge of the agents who were in charge, surveillance. So what happened in the meantime is a question
Claro, porque él
that's
para
still
informar
unclear.
a su vez tenía que tener
Because he in
informantes
turn
y
had to have
algunos
informants
infiltrados,
and
claro.
some infiltrators to inform.
o sea,
Of course.
Es como es ese dicho que no me.
I mean, it's like, how is
Goloso
this
el
saying
niño,
that
no metes a la
never
dulcería,
turns
¿no?
out well? Sweet tooth,
claro.
sweet tooth to the child. You put him in the candy store.
En la atención de, bueno,
So,
ya
so basically, she's saying, y'all put the hustle in his face. Y'all didn't let him out the game. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, he was gonna eat some candy. But these are what the culture idolized. Absolutely, like you said, millions.
Millions.
Hit that like button. Don't be stingy, all right? So I said, don't be stingy. And go tell your friends that you're listening to some dope shit. That sometimes I'm funny, sometimes I'm angry, sometimes I'm nice. Less times I'm nice, according to, you know, everybody. I got called a dick in my own chat the other day. What the fuck is going on here? All right, salutes to my members. Salutes to my wrenches. Salutes to my donators. A car from Chaparro, not even a skateboard, bro. Saludos Aquiles and the check-in. Salutes. They let the player play, man. They was like, hey, man. And then they was like, you know what, man? Fuck the DEA, man. Or, we got another thought, which I don't see making much sense. That we'll get to it, because I want to see what she says before I say something. Shout out Upper Echelon. Wait, Lewis does look like a car salesman. Let's get to 55 likes. Fuck it.
Pero a la vez, para salir de ese mundo, tenía que seguir en ese mundo.
Sí, sí, claro.
¿No?
Claro, claro.
En la atención de, bueno, ya
With the intention of being a person who had already been in that world, but at the same time trying to get out of that world, had to stay in that world. Do you understand the irony? Yes. This also makes it very clear what happened. It's not clear, at least for me, it's not clear yet. I'm not saying that whether he's innocent or not. I'm not saying it's his fault. There are simply a series of factors that in one way or another, if what happened is true, it was something that was pushing him towards that world. And this in some way also calls into question this figure of protected witnesses. I don't think what you know what it be with these motherfuckers in this subtitle? It'd be the stuttering. I was fucking stuttering.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Now I know it's Spanish, but it's all of this that's, you know, messing with the system. It's not a natural stutter. It's just too much shit coming out their mouth at one time. Upper Echelon says CBS says he was arrested. Are they speaking on it already? Let me see. Oh, there you go. Aquiles said, hey, today on CBS News, put out some news on Mini Leak. I trust Aquiles to know that because he's been watching and waiting for that shred of fucking news to drop for a bunch of days now. And all we got was confirmation from Luis Chaparro, so salutes. All right, let's get it. Bro, this female be hella interrupting. Yep, finally an American outlet. They put out some news. He was still in it for It's the millions he was still in it for. The
Millions.
Si tú no tienes, Adela, esos testigos,
No.
yo creo que lo que, no sé, veamos qué es lo que pasa, porque son útiles. O sea, si tú no tienes, Adela, esos testigos,
I'm probably better off not even using the subtitles and just listening to them speak Spanish. Like, I'm good enough at Spanish to fucking do that. But all right, I'm gonna start using the not right now, but it's hard because I'd have to stop it then. Every time they talk, they say something, I'd have to stop it and tell y'all. We'll figure it out, a way to make it comfortable. Aquí les anda searching. He been on it for days. Only news I see is about the bird flu in California. More bullshit. Hit the like button, y'all. Salutes. Only the people who are there can tell you what's going on. The Virgin Mary isn't going to tell you there. The priests aren't going to tell you there. The priest of the church is not going to tell you there. The political science teacher isn't going to tell you who's there, who delivers the bribes or who receives the bribes. Only the people who are there watching the movement. You need to have people to collaborate with, witnesses. We would have to see. I imagine that the agents responsible for Mini-Leak must be as worried as Mini-Leak himself. Because it was the FBI. It was an FBI operation, not the DEA, that is. It's like the FBI and the DEA, you're not doing your job right. What's going to happen here? I think there's still a lot to the story that we have to understand exactly. How the DEA people missed what he was doing, or he was doing it with their permission, or it was a little bit here and a little bit there. See, that's crazy. And all it takes is the FBI to say, you know what, today I feel like fuck the DEA. And then they go and they turn in dude. Or is Mayo pointing fingers for the FBI, and a finger that he pointed was at Mini-Leak? What good does Mayo snitching on Mini-Leak do for Mayo? What kind of bargaining chip he got on the table? Is it a bargaining chip that's going to kick open doors about the FBI and the going after the DEA and what the DEA allowed this guy to do? Is that a thing? Or am I just talking bullshit? Huh? FBI took a shit on DEA's whole operation with dude. Mini-Leak is testified for the federal government, right? For the FBI, basically. And then he's doing operations with the DEA, and the FBI shuts him down with an 8-month situation. You think they don't know he was doing shit with the DEA? Is the big fish not Mini-Leak? Is Mini-Leak a finger pointed at the Drug Enforcement Administration? Or am I crazy? I don't know. I'm not into, I don't know these things. I'm not the smartest. I'm not the sharpest tool in the fucking shed. You know what I'm saying? Upper echelon, you could tell me if you think I'm wrong. Does it seem like maybe that's the big fish? The big fish is this FBI DEA thing? Not Mini-Leak? Because what would Mayo have to point at Mini-Leak about? What kind of chunk of anything can Mini-Leak knock off the jacket, the criminal jacket of Mayo Zambada? I don't know how much, But it's looking like one agency foiled the other agency's plans and dude's stuck in the middle. And again, to me, it seemed like he's in there making these deals himself, so I can't feel sorry for you. Tú te metiste.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
This would do better selling at auction. Salutes. Let's see. Might be onto something, or maybe I'm dumb as shit. Who knows? Hit the like button if you have yet to do so, y'all. Let's get it. Do you think the arrest of Mayo Zambada has something to do with it? Do you think he could have said something?
Pues mira, justamente.
Do the FBI and CIA work together? CIA don't exist. Tongue in cheek, bro.
En este cruce de datos,
precisely in this data crossing, I was able to speak with people from Claudia Seidelbaum's government over the weekend because You remember that already on Saturday at noon, expressed questions for journalists. Yes, he was arrested. The president confirmed. The Secretary of Public Security will give information on this matter, which is why, by the way, as far as I understand, has not been given. So that dude didn't do any. The Secretary of Security for Mexico didn't give the speech that Bombs, the president of Mexico, said he was going to give about the topic of Minileak being arrested. Shout out Upper Echelon. He said he didn't hear the question. No, my question was, could it be, because they're fielding the question of if Mayo pointed the finger at Minileak. And my thing is, what would that buy Mayo, right? It doesn't seem like Minileak can buy Mayo much in the sense of Mayo pointing the finger at him. But what if this was a bigger thing? What if this was to catch the DEA with their pants down, and the FBI took the opportunity to catch them with their pants down in an operation where they're doing something out loud that the FBI called them on? Again, I might sound ridiculous, but it's just a thought. Does Minileak have something to do with all the drones over Jersey? Probably not. Was Minileak really Luigi Mangione? Oh, Albert's feeling himself today. I don't know, Shy. Minileak's supposed to be working with Mayo. Now, here's the thing. I thought about that too. That'd be the triple. Everybody's working. Listen, let me explain this to you. And maybe I'm wrong. Y'all can ask Upper Echelon. Minileak's supposed to be working with Mayo. Yeah, but everybody's working for their motherfucking self. Solo dolo.
I'm in your bubble. I'm in your bubble.
So I say that to say, yeah, they needed a way to a means. He was valuable and worth something. Hey, vamos a decirle a este pendejo, let's tell this pendejo that we're going to give him his land back and we're going to give him everything. He just got to do this, this, and this, and he's going to walk in triumphantly into Culiacan, right? Or wherever he's going to go, right? It could be the same person that point the finger at him and say, all right, we need him for this thing now. This bargaining chip got to move from here to here. So those alliances don't mean nothing, and it would also mean you got fucked by another group of motherfuckers that you thought had your back. You know what I'm saying? It's not looking good for dude. Hit the like button, y'all. Salutes. Shout out Chris. He said exactly, Shy. Mayo will hardly benefit from putting in Mini. Wouldn't affect much on Mayo's sentences. Upper Echelon said exactly. Okay. Fernando said, why do these ladies keep asking why did he go back or why did he relapse? Most of these guys are itching to go back or change just to cut a deal. Shout out Primo Sosa. He was working with Chapos too, but we know what he did there too. That's what I'm saying. None of that shit means nothing. Could the Sinaloa split have caused a split in between the agencies, different benefits? I believe that split was always there, just like that. Just like the tension was always there between the cartels, tension between their people. I don't know if this caused it, but, this could be part of it. Shout out TGC. I'm going to check in. I watched this interview yesterday. All what Annabelle said was my questions. It's crazy. Salutes. It could be just to show them he knows a lot of information. Salutes. Chino Anthrax took a deal, got out, and still hauled himself back to Mexico, only to get himself, his sister, and his brother-in-law unalived. So the FBI being whistleblowers, they shut their shit down. They was like DEA killer. That's what they said. I heard Minileak sent the drone and they were on the way to Sinaloa. Well, there you go. Minileak is responsible for the drones over New Jersey. Shout out Velez, Cartel de los Sapos. Shout out Primo. It's for the cause. No, it's for you, as well as the government who's handling him as well. It's for the cause. Who said it's for the cause? Minileak said it was for the cause? CDS has destroyed their cartel. Wasn't Mayo raised in LA, bro? Even musicians aren't saying shit. They're instead making corridos for CJ&G. So they pulled themselves out the mix and went with the they went with the other guys. They're like, en esto no me meto, way. I'm out of here, all right? Let's get it. Anybody want to hear the new drop?
Mono con los ojos tapados.
Mono con los ojos tapados.
México, curioso que tenga ese gobierno de México cuando fue una de seguridad pública para dar una información al respecto. Que por cierto, Hasta donde tengo entendido,
So public security in Mexico never made that press conference happen.
no ha dado. Veamos qué es lo que va a informar el gobierno de México.
Let's see what the
Curioso que
Mexican
el gobierno
government's
de
going to
México
report.
cuando
It's
fue
curious
en
that it has to be the
Virginia,
Mexican
Estados Unidos,
government
pero bueno.
when there was an arrest in Virginia, the United States. Yeah, because that's strange to me. This whole media silence on this shit is kind of crazy to me. But anyways, the point is that I was able to investigate. And the information I had is that apparently it would have been something that one of the revelations that would have made the Department of Justice, and what he says, I will tell you this information, just like that. They give it to me on Saturday night. Yeah. What the fuck is this lady? I'm going to listen to her because I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Not with these subtitles. So here we go.
Lo que escribe y la información que tuve es que aparentemente habría sido algo que una de las revelaciones que el Mayo habría hecho al departamento.
Okay. That's why that shit said May. I'm like, what the fuck is May? No, Mayo, not May. All right, salutes.
Habría sido algo que una de las revelaciones que el Mayo habría hecho al Departamento de Justicia. Y lo que dice, yo te concateno este dato así,
And I will tell you this information.
solo que a mí me dan el sábado por la noche.
That they gave me Saturday night.
Y te lo concateno con lo que escribe este comunicador Mica Treviño.
She said, and I put it together with what that blogger Mika Trevino said.
Y lo que escribe Mica Treviño es que
And what Mike Trevino writes
aparentemente Minilic estaba de alguna u otra manera apoyando de algún modo a Mayito Flaco en la
so that Minilic was supporting Mayito Flaco in one way or another.
Guerra contra Chapitos. Entonces,
in the war against the Chapitos.
Es probable. A mí ya me habían contado, a mí ya me habían comunicado, y ya lo había señalado yo hace unas semanas, Adela, que hay comunicación entre el Mayo Zambada y Mayito Flaco a través de un abogado cuyo nombre aún no me revelan.
So she says she pointed out a couple of weeks ago that there is conversation, there is communication between Mayito Flaco in Sinaloa or in Mexico and El Mayo Zambada through a lawyer that she has yet to name. Shout out Young Jizzle on the check-in, just got here, salutes. Isn't that, shout out Upper Echelon, it's funny. We've been saying it for over 10 years and now everyone's seeing it for themselves. It's the year of the expose. FBI used Luis Chaparro to give the information. USS says nothing. They said not on duty, not on duty. They voice. In 20 years, at Nini and Mini League will be our Sammy the Bull on podcast telling everyone to vote for Barron Trump. Facts. You're not bullshitting. You're not bullshitting. So his lawyers are in trouble too? ¿Qué sé yo about the lawyers?
Pero hay un puente de comunicación.
There is a bridge of communication, she says.
Lo cual no sería raro porque cuando Vicente Zambada Niebla...
Which would not be unusual. You guys probably can't hear me over that. Let me lower that. Trying my best.
Estaba detenido en Estados Unidos colaborando, pero hay un puente de comunicación, lo cual no sería raro porque cuando Vicente Zambada Niebla,
which wouldn't be unusual because when Vicente Zambada Niebla, which
estaba detenido en Estados Unidos,
was detained in the United States,
colaborando con el gobierno de Estados Unidos,
collaborating with the United States government.
Y esto sí lo sé por el abogado Fernando Gagiola, eso sí me consta porque el propio abogado de Vicentillo me lo contó. Fernando Gagiola, era un vasto comunicante. Él viajaba de Chicago a Sinaloa y de Sinaloa a Chicago.
She's saying, I know this because Vicente's lawyer told me that he would travel from Chicago to Sinaloa to take these messages back and forth between father and son.
Chicago, trayendo y llevando mensajes con la autorización del gobierno estadounidense.
With the authorization of the United States of America. Right? With the authorization of the United States of America, taking information from a prisoner, a federal prisoner, to his boss father.
Estados Unidos, porque Vicente tenía que dar información fresca, él ya no estaba en el ajo, ya no estaba en el mundo criminal.
Because Vicente had to give fresh information, but he was no longer in the know. He was no longer in the criminal
y era el
organization.
padre quien lo nutría de parte de esa información para que él quedara bien con los gringos y pudiera tener
And his father had to give him the information that he would use to give to the Americans. Shit.
disminuciones y mejores,
So that he can get his reductions and make his deals.
mejores situaciones de cárcel y condenas. Así que es un circuito que se requiere de una...
No
cuando
mames,
se hace
güey.
este tipo de operaciones, imagino, pues se tiene que tener ahí como bajo la lupa, ¿no?
Sí, sin duda.
A este tipo de personas, ¿no?
Claro. Oye, Anabel, ahora, se ve poco probable que lo puedan usar, ¿no? De
Right, it seems probable but unlikely that they can use
alguna
it.
manera en algún otro proceso penal, ¿no? En Estados Unidos.
Ayer preguntaba sobre esto.
Oh,
Oye, Anabel, ahora, se ve poco probable que lo puedan usar, ¿no? De alguna manera en algún otro proceso penal, ¿no?
is it probable that they could use him in some other criminal process
En Estados Unidos.
in the United States?
Ayer preguntaba sobre esto y los expertos, me refiero gente de las fuerzas del orden, que pues están manejando testigos todo el tiempo, ¿no? Me refiero, son los encargados de testigos, son los encargados, etcétera.
And I asked this of law enforcement bosses that are used to working with witnesses and cooperators.
Me comentaban que depende de las circunstancias, depende del delito del que sea señalado, etcétera, etcétera. Y hubo un par
They said it would depend on the crime that's being pointed out. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about though. Nah, that sounds very different from confidentiality between lawyer and client. That sounds like, because they could be like, I don't know, man. I'm no lawyer. You guys gotta ask the legal beagles around here. Christopher Columbus, I don't know what person I was talking about. Salutes. What else are they going to use him for? He already revealed everything on Okrin. They will use the crap out of him. Yeah, I don't think he's done. He's been, they want everything that's in the can from Okrin Leaks. Every video that's already shot, I'm sure. Charakil is going to get his laptop. If they were still using informants after being arrested for other crimes, is that what she's talking about? Okay, I see. Would they still use informants if they were arrested from other crimes? Shout out Upper Echelon. Of course the government okayed it. Of course they did. All right, hit the like button, y'all. All right, so that's what they're talking about.
caso, Adela.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, 100.
Shout out Achilles, Cartel del Maga 24, Cash Patel. Can't wait till the new Trump administration clean out all three agencies, FBI, DOJ, DEA, DEAC. Why he didn't do that shit before? I don't see Mini Lee growing to be an old man. When he does his time in the USA, he's getting deported. After that, we know how that goes. We don't know nothing. We always think we know how it goes.
Más o menos similar hace ya varios años con los hermanos Flores.
Okay, she done invoked the name of the Flores twins. All right, so the question was, now that Jay explained it to me,
Estaba sobre esto y
¿no? De algún...
The question is if they'll still use witnesses that committed crimes, while waiting to be witnesses.
Una manera en algún otro proceso penal, ¿no? En Estados Unidos.
Okay, he said penal, okay.
Ayer preguntaba sobre esto y depende de las circunstancias.
She said, I asked around, she said, they told me it depends on the circumstances.
Depende del delito del que sea señalado, etcétera,
depends on the crimes that have been pointed out.
etcétera. Y hubo un caso, Adela, más o menos similar hace ya varios años con los hermanos Flores. Uno de los hermanos Flores, no me acuerdo si Margarito o el otro.
She said, it reminds me of a case that came up years ago of the Flores brothers. One of the brothers, I'm not sure which one.
En el tiempo en que ellos estaban colaborando, uno de ellos aún seguía traficando drogas. ¿No? Después, cuando lo descubrieron, pues
that during the time of their cooperation, one of them was still hustling, still selling rugs, when they discovered him,
el juez estaba así como colgado de la lámpara, ¿no?
the judge was hanging from a lamp.
Y aún así, evidentemente lo que señaló era válido. O sea, número uno, lo que ha señalado Milic deja de ser válido, no,
claro.
Porque ya se concatenó con otra información. El tema es que, como tú señalas, porque ya, número uno, lo que ha señalado...
Let's point out the obvious here, that is number one.
Milic deja de ser válido.
What Milic has already said?
No.
Does that cease to be valid? No.
Porque ya se concatenó con
Because it's already
otra
linked
información.
to other information.
El tema es que, como tú señalas, lo podrán utilizar de testigo. Ser un
The issue is that you point out is they could use him as a
testigo
witness.
frágil porque en una corte el abogado de defensa, por ejemplo,
being a fragile witness, because in a court, the defense attorney, for example,
si lo quisieran utilizar contra Ovidio, o si lo quisieran utilizar
if they wanted to use it against Ovidio, if they wanted
contra
to
el Mayo,
use it against el Mayo, the
la defensa dirá, sí, su señoría, pero este testigo no es confiable, pues
we'll say, yes, your honor, but this witness is not reliable. He's a fucking criminal. Every time you turn your back on him, he's selling some dope, some ass, and some grass.
Que por una parte dice que ya dejó el crimen y por otra parte pues lo agarraron.
On the other hand, he can't stop committing crimes. Let me see.
Este testigo no es confiable, pues que por una parte dice que ya dejó el crimen y por otra parte pues lo agarraron con las manos en la masa. Entonces, generalmente el departamento...
On the other hand, they caught him red-handed. Generally, the department...
Los fiscales no quieren este tipo de testigos, pero eso no invalida lo que él ya señaló.
That does not invalidate what he already pointed out. That's what makes him a great witness. In the game, they're going to give you everything. On the hot seat. Somebody sent a Primo message and asked him if Annabelle has ever used him as an example. Shout out to that. That's a good one. Holy shit. She got you all up in the mix. Salute. Shout out Victor Isla. Game over. That shit is funny. I don't know. Aren't the DEA, FBI departments connected? Yeah, but that's gangs, bro. They're not connected like that. They don't like each other, dog. They beef. They destroy each other's cases all the time. They lock each other up. They lock each other up. They arrested Minili because Mexican government wanted to extradite him back using the excuse to pay for the unaliving of Valdez. But in reality, they're scared he's snitching on a lot of government. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Is the big fish in these government agencies, United States government agencies, that the finger's being pointed at. Saludos, Victor Islas. Officials and a lot of people in power. Let's see. People will say he's Oakland Leaks when he was skinny. Oakland Leaks is his boy, his homeboy. We seen how it went for Chino Anthrax, and that Higgs only slapped Ivan Mini-League tried unaliving him and had him and his brothers kidnapped. Y'all got to slow down with this text-to-speech or the typing or some shit. You got to relax.
Ahora, ¿ves probable su extradición? El fiscal general de la República
now his extradition is possible.
Mañana ya dijo que se había pedido de manera formal.
I like to do it with the subtitles better than the stopping it.
La extradición a México del Mini-Leak. ¿Ves probable? Eso sería como su sentencia de muerte, ¿no?
Wouldn't that be an unaliving sentence?
Absolutamente. Y esta solicitud de extradición, al menos lo que Mini-Leak había comentado hace un año,
what Mini-Leak said
pasado,
a year ago, last year,
ya estaba. Él tenía miedo. Si
he
algo
was
le
already
daba
there. He was
temor,
afraid.
era poder ser
If there was something he was afraid of, was being extradited to Mexico.
Con toda la
I mean, he wasn't afraid enough to not. I mean, it sounds like they gave him a false sense of confidence. He said, hizo el pendejo, and he just jumped head first. No wonder the governor of Sinaloa was tripping balls after Mayo's arrest. You talking about?
Oye, ¿y el Rocha? ¿Y el Rocha? Bueno, ¿y el Rocha?
Yeah, unfortunately, Aquiles, I gotta use the code. I gotta talk in code around here. We use unalive, termination, terminated, anything but.
Shout out Oakland Leaks is his brother in my opinion, but Mini Leak definitely is involved. I mean, it's all his information. The brother can't give the information that dude can, so yep, I don't doubt it. Not saying all interagency drama is gone, but since 2005, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, ODNY, has helped bridge gaps between agencies, improving communication and reducing turf wars. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I thought they don't like each other. I thought they had beef. I've always known them to have beef. I've heard of them arresting each other. But who knows? Since, what you say here, 2005, maybe shit done changed. Is the royal family a narco family? Pure art, you wildin', boy. You need your own channel. He'll make up some BS story like he does. Salutes. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so, y'all. Hunter's up in the chat for y'all. My chat is the shit. Y'all been hanging out. Again, salutes to the sponsor today, Rocksteady, for gifting the 10 memberships. Salutes to him. I can't even find that no more. Boom.
Con estos poderosos chapitos, pues sí, sería prácticamente condenarlo a muerte.
Yes, it could practically condemn him to unalive.
Había hablado con este funcionario, repito, del gobierno de Claudio
I had
Sheinbaum,
spoken with this official,
de que
the government of Claudio Sheinbaum, and they told me that they really don't imagine that this formal decision of extradition is also a bit to take care of the forms, but that in reality they don't want him extradited. Not in reality.
Yeah. Ahora, ¿qué va a pasar?
What? I gotta read that. I gotta listen to her say that. He just said he was working with the DEA to catch a bigger fish, but since the DEA and the FBI don't communicate with each other, FBI went for mini leak. So there might be two theories and stories to this. Trust me, bro. Source, trust me, bro. Salutes. To keep it real, they're in risk of being unalive because of their cooperation during their business beef, including Chino. Y'all be having me sound real fucking strokey and illiterate and shit. But it be y'all. Not just you, but all of y'all. To keep it real, they're in risk of being unalive because of their cooperation. They're at risk of being unalive because of their business beef, including Chino. Salutes. Fernando said they're not fans of each other, but they got a middleman person to smooth shit out. Well, I mean, when you gotta have like when you gotta put a happy medium in the middle to get y'all shit together, that sounds like y'all got problems. So I still don't, salutes. They got beef. At this point, Mini Leak is probably leaking fake stories to Annabelle to try and change this perspective and make those believe he was betrayed. They're not at risk at being unalive. Okay, I see what you're saying. Keep it real, they're not at risk for being unalive because of their cooperation. They're at risk of being unalive because of their business beef. I don't doubt that either. All three of y'all, couple two tree lunatics out here. There's no risk of being unalive. Let's see what we got here. If I was Mayo, I would have set up Mini League so I could get Maito Flaco a deal to turn himself in. Big Mayo knows he has no way out to save his boys. Is that very near or close to him, turning himself in so that he could see them and have a FaceTime, see them on more than FaceTime and knock on the door and be like, "Hijo, soy yo." Is it like that or a little bit less than that? All right, make the Maito Flaco deal. But still, Shia reacts, if you go to any inmate search in the state of Virginia, you can't find any records on the Damaso Lopez. They're saying that the prison that he is in is not part of the Board of Prisons. And that's why we can't find him. That's what Chaparro said. We got to check that poll out. I feel bad for the family. It's the question, what does the family do now? The government holds grudges. Just ask the twins. They're going to throw the book at his ass. This time you can't make people look crazy. They take shit personal. That's a fact. The royal... Puro arte, I can't fuck with you when it comes to that. According to Luis Chaparro. He don't need Mini League for that. To get that deal? Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think that the DEA is the bigger fish. And they're just... It's just a fuck each other over festival. Nancy Pelosi and a couple corrupted politicians traveled to Mexico in 2014. They collected $100 million from the CDS to open borders. Look it up. Okay. Sure. Save his boys. It's too late, I think. Saving them would be not bringing them into the game. Facts. He's in a county jail. Upper echelon says. He wanted to see them one last time. Shout out Fernando. He wanted to get that one, see them one more time for Christmas. Shout out to 298. We be smoking. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't be doing none of them things you're talking about. Have no clue. Family is all we got. TGC, could you elaborate a little bit more? I'm ignorant on this topic of border prisons. Border prisons have all the websites and all of that shit. And if you're not in the border prison, supposedly you won't be found on those websites. 100 million is not enough to open borders.
Millions.
All right, let's get it. Almost done with this interview.
Familia del Minilic, Anabel, tú te referías a la familia esta mañana.
You were referring to the family this morning.
Sí, yo creo que eso todavía, pues, habrá que ver.
I think we'll have to see.
Lo que entiendo que
what I understand what happened is that they could be deported to Mexico. That would suck. Given that this umbrella is no longer there, that the agreement that Minilic was given probably is thrown out the window. They could be deported. That's also putting the family at high risk. It's not a delicate situation. That's why it would be important. And you might ask why. Because a person who was already out of the criminal life, returning, knowing all the risks, not only for him, but for his own family. I don't know. There are questions to be asked, and if so, then we would really be talking about a criminal phenomenon where one had to really ask who's involved. They can never get out of drug trafficking. I don't know. It's a question that's up in the air. They can't rehabilitate themselves, to put it in a way. And yes, it's a question that there is, and that's why I asked you about it. What the fuck is this lady talking about? All right. Okay, blessings to one man. Stay safe. Salutes to you, upper echelon. Let's see. Blessings to everyone, man. Stay safe. Shy, great live. Appreciate you. Shy, I looked up Minilic on Pacer. No court filings, appearances, or anything on him filed or listed. And supposedly he's had 2 court appearances already. Thanks to everyone in the chat, especially the usual suspects. Much love to everyone in the familia. Salutes to you, sir. Appreciate you. All right, shit's getting crazy. What your boy Lefty say? Spooky, hilarious, all that shit. All right. Y'all let me know if you guys want to have a panel discussion this weekend. Fernando, you down to get on the panel? Anybody that's serious, people that want to have a serious conversation about this. Akitas, nobody has to show their camera. Nobody has to, just the audio.
¿No?
Y'all could throw y'all theories around and ask each other questions. Shout out Upper Echelon, Free Val and Vivi, Cartel Wives, salutes, free the wives.
Vamos, ¿crees que haya más detenciones alrededor de?
Do you think there will be more arrests around the Minilic situation? Yesterday I was talking with our colleague Luis Chaparro, and he told me that the probability was there would be more arrests.
En Sinaloa fue detenido el mero mero.
Yesterday in Sinaloa, the top guy that they call the top guy, they identify him as an operator of the Sinaloa cartel, uncle of Ovidio Guzman, del Raton. Do you think there will be more arrests? She said, I don't know if this arrest is linked. I don't think so either to anything. But what I do know is that this guy from the Ovidio arrest, and I also found out about this a few hours ago, from another source of information, that this guy this top guy is a relative of the Guzmans. He was in the war between the Zambadas and the Guzmans. He was on the side of Mayito Flaco. So in reality, it seemed like a blow to the Chapitos. What? Didn't we talk about that too? How many of their own was going to turn against them when this whole conflict started? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Chucky is in on a panel. Upper Echelon is in on a panel. Fernando's in on a panel. All right, what's up? Now that I got you guys here, we got to figure out which day is best for y'all. My only day I can't do nothing this week is Sunday. And if not, I have to wait till next week. But y'all let me know what day of the week is best or whatever, and we'll narrow it down to, and we'll do a panel. I'll put the link out there for you guys and let the conversation happen. BOP meaning Bureau of Prisons. Yes, salutes. If he was kept being on the radar, they would announce his arrest. Makes me feel like we're getting played with no info out there. Right. Is this some kind of, some PSYOP mixed with some, CIA shit going on? Upper Echelon come in, boom. Let's see. I only go up. I don't know what that means. Luis Chaparro announced it. Keeping him under the radar. So TGC said panel, I'm in. All right, we gotta pick a day. Most of y'all are in the Discord, so we can talk about it then. But she just said that the top guy that was supposedly family of Ovidio, which is supposedly family of one of the Guzmans, however, right? Supposed top guy, the supposed top guy was actually fighting for the opposition of the Chapitos. He was fighting with the Maitos. So it's a very crazy, confusing, and propagandish conflict out there. She just said that. We don't know it to be true, but we did bring up the possibility of that when this whole conflict started. We brought up the possibility of that. Shout out Zoraida. Where's everyone going? I missed it. No, we're talking about who's down to do a panel discussion where everybody takes the link. Nobody has to show their camera if they don't want to. Everybody takes the link and have the conversation on all of this and throw their theories around and ask their questions. Respectfully, moderated by me. It'll be more, y'all show. Fernando said he's in. Upper Echelon said he's in. Chucky said he's in. So we'll try to make that happen. All right, let's get it.
Ahora, esto de la guerra entre los Zambada y los Chapitos.
She said, let's get into the war between the Chapitos and the Zambada. She didn't ask her nothing about Oakland Leaks. Nothing.
¿Cómo ves? ¿Tendrá fin próximamente?
She said, how do you see the end of this conflict?
Omar García Harfuch, el secretario de Seguridad, ya pues trasladado prácticamente permanentemente allá en
Sinaloa. Fue flor de un
Sinaloa.
día, ya no está allá. No, ya fue flor de un día. Le duraron un poco las ganas.
¿Cómo ves? ¿Tendrá fin próximamente? Ya lo vamos en algún momento.
Los Zambada y los Guzmán, él estaba del lado de Mayito Flaco.
Ratón. ¿Tú crees que haya más detenciones?
A lo mejor debería mantener la boca callada porque como que se creyó mucho el rol en sí, soy Batman y voy a Gotham, ¿no? ¿O qué cosa? ¿No? Le duró un día, ¿no? Dos, porque no, era un desgaste, imagino, para la propia Sheinbaum, ¿no?
No.
Está por allá.
Y sirvió, pues trasladado. ¿Cómo ves? ¿Tendrá
fin
próximamente? Ya lo hablábamos en algún momento. Omar García Harfuch, el secretario de Seguridad, ya pues trasladado prácticamente permanentemente allá en
Fue flor
Sinaloa.
de un día, ya no está allá. No, ya fue flor de un día. Le duraron un poco las ganas.
Ya no está allá.
Ya no está por allá, ya no está por allá.
¿Y sirvió de algo? ¿Servirá de algo?
Imagínate, tú siguen ahí los desaparecidos y los muertos. Yo creo que
She said, I guess the secretary went over there to assess the situation. She said he wasn't there long. And he said, everything's all gravy, I guess. And she's saying, yeah, sure, the missing and the unalived are still there.
Este tipo de personas mejor deberían
I
mantener
think
la
these
boca
kind of people
callada
should keep
porque
their mouths shut.
como que se creyó mucho
Who's she talking to? The Secretary of Security? Boy, he will snatch you up. We already talked about it.
Omar García Harfuch, el secretario
Omar
de Seguridad,
García
ya,
Harfuch, the security.
pues trasladado prácticamente permanentemente allá
there.
en Sinaloa.
Un día, ya no
And she
está
said
allá.
for one day.
No, ya fue flor
He transferred there for one day.
un día. Le duraron un poco las ganas.
Ah, ya no está
Ya se
allá.
regresó. Ya no está por allá. Ya no está por allá.
So he's not there no more. He bounced. She said, did it do any good while he was out there?
¿Y sirvió de algo? ¿Servirá de algo?
Imagínate, tú siguen ahí los desaparecidos y los muertos. Yo creo que ese tipo de personas mejor deberían mantener la boca callada porque como que se creyó mucho el rol sí, soy Batman y voy a Gotham, ¿no? ¿O qué cosa? ¿No? Le duró un día, ¿no? 2, porque pues...
She said he only lasted there a day or two. People shouldn't talk about this. They're still missing. They're still unalived in the street.
Porque no, era un desgaste, imagino, para la propia
It wasn't a waste of time, I imagine, for Cytobomb herself.
Fue cuando mataron a no sé cuántos policías y estallaron no sé cuántas cosas. Y
She
los
said a
muertos
perfect
y los
example is when...
no terminaron. Entonces realmente no es que su presencia de este sujeto pudiera cambiar las cosas. Yo diría que incluso la presencia de Omar García Harfuch en Sinaloa, igual que la presencia todavía, escandalosamente todavía, del gobernador Rocha Moya.
Wow. So she said, yeah, no. She's like, all kind of people are getting done up. Cops are getting done up. All kind of shit is happening. And, you know, she said, if you're asking me what good did the security secretary being there do, she said, as much good as the governor, El Rocha.
Oye, ¿y el Rocha? ¿Y el Rocha? Bueno, ¿y el Rocha?
She be talking her shit, huh? Shout out Rodriguez. He said Cocabelle should take her own advice and keep her mouth shut. She lies left and right. Salutes. They unalived a YouTuber last week from the Sinaloa Chapisa side. Salutes. Use unalived. Yeah, YouTube. I think in the chat, YouTube will be the one to knock y'all off, though. I hope they don't hold it against me. But yeah, unalived.
Pues en vez de ser agua para apagar el incendio, son como gasolina.
Damn, she said instead of being water to fight the fire, they're like gasoline.
Porque los dos están señalados de estar vinculados a
because
la
both are
facción
accused of being linked
¿no?
to a faction of the Chapitos.
Evidentemente, la estrategia del gobierno
So I think the government strategy has failed.
Creo que esta furia en esta guerra, una de las dosis que existe, imagino yo, es gobierno, tú estás tomando partido, ¿no? Yo me acuerdo de la... Creo que eso podrá ayudar a la audiencia a entender, pero pues, ¿cómo esto influye? Cuando estaba la guerra entre el cártel de Sinaloa,
when there was a war between Sinaloa and the Gulf Cartel,
2005, 2006,
we're talking about 2005, 2006.
Heriberto Lascano,
Heriberto Lascano,
el Z1, Z2,
Z1,
escribe una carta
wrote a letter
un general de la Sedena.
To a general of the Sedena.
Okay.
I have a copy of that letter.
Lo que dice esa carta es
what the letter says
que los Zetas vienen del
not because you remember that, the Zetas come from the era of many of them have been part of the elite army.
Y en esta carta,
and in this letter,
cosas de verdad que yo dije,
one of the things,
¿no? Una de las cosas que más dijo Heriberto que le molestaba y que por eso
Heriberto said that bothered him the most,
no iban a dejar la guerra y que por eso ellos iban a seguir
that they weren't going to leave the war, that they were going to continue doing what had to be done.
Lo que reprochaba a la Sedena es esta guerra no es una guerra leal.
What I reproached the Sedena for is that this war is not a loyal war.
Esta guerra no es solo entre nosotros y el cartel de Sinaloa.
It's not between us and the Sinaloa cartel. The Sinaloa cartel and you supporting them, so get out of this war. Take your hands off the war. Because if you continue supporting the Sinaloa cartel, this is going to get worse. As it actually happened. Let's not forget there was already the complicity. In other words, she's saying what was happening then made shit worse, and that's the same shit that's happening now. Rodriguez, you haven't been here long enough to know that I don't take anything anyone says without a grain of salt. Okay? But if I agree, I agree. Whether she's telling a lie that I agree with or she's telling a truth that I agree with, I'm going to agree with it. If I disagree with it, then pa'l carajo with that too.
No mommy's wait.
Shout out Pachuco on the check-in. Tere GC said, Shayo, is this your only channel? No, I have a combat sports channel that I've recently been working on, and I have a film and TV reaction channel. I dropped the link for both of those in the chat right there, so give me a sub up over there. And next week I'll be debuting a music review reaction channel as well, called For Beginners. So salutes, I appreciate you. Give me a sub over there. That would be gravy. Thank you very much.
I'm in your bubble. I'm in your bubble.
Let's see. You heard other people say unaliving and they still go live? I don't know what that means. Let's see. Kind of music? Hip hop music. Maybe a little bit of everything. Maybe some salsa, maybe some just who knows? Who knows? We're gonna start with hip hop. And we're gonna start with hip hop culture. That channel is gonna have reactions to music. It'll have reactions to new music. It'll have reactions to hip hop culture happenings in the world, all that good shit. So make sure you stick around. I'll be debuting that channel in a week or so. Let's get it. So remember, Gennaro Garcia Luna with the Sinaloa cartel, Vicente Fox, and then texting of Felipe Calderón. There was a part of the state that was supporting the enemies.
Mucho más agraviante y por eso nunca dejaron la guerra.
That was even more offensive, and the war never stopped because of it.
Donde los Zambada digan, ya nos dejaron solos, el gobierno está con nosotros, ahora está con los chapitos, no vamos a dejar.
So she said, where the Zambadas say that they've already left us alone, the government, instead of being on us, is on the Chapitos. We're not going to stop this war. I hope that is not the case. I would say that Claudia Sheinbaum should remove, as soon as possible, Governor Rocha, instead of being water for fire, they're more like gasoline.
Ahora, empezará ya el próximo año, ¿no? En enero, entiendo, Anabel, el juicio contra el Mayo
Will
Zambada.
the trials start in January, I understand, of El Mayo Zambada?
No, Adela. Lo que
She
va
said
a
no.
ocurrir en
What's going to happen in January is
a
new hearing for the new hearing of El Mayo Zambada, but we don't know yet if even there will be a trial or not. At this moment, as the legal status of the case is either already stopped or there's already a judicial process, and this judicial process has different parts in it. It's in a tug of war whether you plead guilty or you plead innocent. You change your guilt, we do an agreement, we don't make an agreement, we go to trial. If Mayo says make a plea agreement, there will never be a trial. We will never know. Everything that he said will be leaked here and there, but officially, openly, we will not know. And if there's a trial, surely it will be because Mayo Zambada did not sign the plea agreement. And this trial really is not.
No se sabe cuánto tiempo puede tomar. Adela, puede cerrar el mismo próximo año o puede ser hasta
it
el
can close out
año.
next year or it can go on until the following year.
Ahora,
We have no clue.
¿O cuándo comenzaría?
Entiendo que sabemos que es mayor y entiendo que no está bien de salud el Mayo, ¿no?
No.
She said he's not in good health, is he?
De diabetes,
she said no.
Tiene problemas con nada.
He's having diabetes problems and has problems with one knee, but that's information that we've been known. She's talking about now. Is he more hurt in the joint or whatever?
Va a estar interesante. ¿Tú qué crees que se vaya a declarar culpable?
What do you think he's going to plead?
Mucho que perder ya no tiene el Mayo.
He has a lot to lose. He no longer has the upper hand, but his children are there. Hey.
Shen Yun, para mí ha sido una experiencia sensacional.
Yo la información que obtuve
The information
es
I
que
obtained
el
is
Mayo
that
todavía no firma el acuerdo
Mayo
de
has not
culpabilidad.
yet signed the plea
Todavía no
agreement.
dice
He
yo
has
voy a
not yet
colaborar,
said that he will
pero en un
collaborate.
acto como de buena fe,
But in an act of good
está
faith,
comenzando a dar información.
he is beginning to give information.
ocurrió con-
Oh, say it ain't so. Huh? Where's it? Is El Mayo a snitch? Or no? No, he's not. Huh? Are you still going to continue to pick and choose who's a snitch and who's not? Huh? Is that what we're going to do forever? Miss me with the bullshit.
Vicentillo, antes de firmar su acuerdo,
He's at the beginning of giving good faith information.
Ya.
Así ocurrió con Vicentillo.
As happened with Vicentillo,
antes de firmar su acuerdo de
before
culpabilidad,
signing
ya
his
llegar
plea
a un acuerdo
agreement,
específico,
to reach a
comenzó a
specific
hablar,
agreement,
haz de cuenta,
began
como
to
enseñar un
give.
poco la pierna,
Sí.
How do you show a little?
coloquialmente hablando,
Show a
al
little
Departamento de
leg
Justicia de, o sea,
to the
esto es parte de lo
Justice
que tengo
Department.
y yo tengo los documentos
This
firmados
is a
por él,
part of what I
tengo
have,
mucho
and I have
más.
these
O sea,
documents
si
signed by
llegamos a un
him. I have
acuerdo,
much
puedo
more,
darte
that
mucho
is.
más.
If
Te
we
doy
get
como
there
una
to an agreement, I
pincelada
can give you
de lo que
much
tengo,
more.
pero si quieres ver el
So she,
cuadro,
she's saying he's showing leg. He's trying to, honey dick the government into letting him know, hey, I'm gonna give you this information. Take care of the sons, and if you don't mind, let me out this motherfucker, so I could die on a beach somewhere.
completo, tenemos que llegar a un acuerdo. Hasta donde tengo
So we
entendido,
have to
el Mayo
reach an
Zambada
agreement,
está
though.
siguiendo en la
I
misma
understand Mayo
dinámica
Zambada
de,
is following the same
voy
dynamic.
colaborando
Okay,
poco
I'm
a poco,
collaborating
voy
little by
soltando
little,
algunas cosas de buena
I'm gonna
fe
release some
para
things in good
convencerte,
faith
Estados Unidos,
to
que me des
convince
un
the
buen
United
acuerdo.
States to
El
give me a
problema es
good
que
agreement.
el buen acuerdo que quisiera el
Problem
Mayo
is
es que
that the
lo
good
haga libre
agreement
y
that
eso
Mayo would like
no
to
va a
leave him,
pasar. O sea, eso no va a pasar.
is the agreement he would like to leave him is free.
Que
He
quisiera el
wants to
Mayo
be
que lo
out,
dejara libre y eso no va a pasar.
and that
O
is
sea,
not
eso
gonna
no
happen.
va a pasar.
That is not gonna happen.
Es ahí donde está, yo creo que el gran atorón,
So that's where it is.
tanto para el Departamento de Justicia, tanto como para la defensa del Mayo. O sea, el Mayo colaboraría si le dijeran, tenga señor, tenga la llave y salga.
Yeah, he would super collaborate if they was like, here, take the keys and get out.
Eso no va a pasar.
No va
That's
a
not
pasar.
gonna happen.
Lo que le podrían ofrecer es una cárcel
What
menos
they could
dura,
offer him
lo que podrían
is a
ofrecerle
less
es a lo
harsh
mejor
prison.
algunas
What they could offer
visitas
him
de
is
su
maybe some
familia,
visits from his
pero
family.
así como señor le abrimos
But
la
just
puerta
like,
de
sir,
váyase a su
we'll
casa,
open the
no
door
va a
for you,
ocurrir.
that's not gonna
no va a
happen.
pasar.
No va a ocurrir, claro. Oye, Anabel, ganaste una demanda.
Sí, bueno, no la gané yo,
A
la
ver.
ganó la
All right, I don't want to hear about her. I don't want to hear about her lawsuit. Salutes. All right, salutes to Anabel. Salutes to Adela. And we appreciate it. We broke that down. I appreciate y'all for being patient with my Spanish to English translation. Salutes to y'all. I appreciate it. We've been hanging out. We've been here for about 2.5 hours. Let me go back to the chat real quick. There's not much info out there. Blah, blah, blah. Salutes. Tere GC, salutes. What do you think of MF Doom? Oh, my God. MF Doom is MC's MC. Do you think John Jones is the GOAT? It's hard, man. It's hard to be a John Jones fan, but yeah. GOAT with an asterisk. I still put the asterisks there. Who you got, Usyk or Fury? Put in your predictions now. I'm just going to flip a coin and say Fury. Revenge time. Good afternoon, all. Salutes, Eddie Jimenez. I appreciate you, sir. Government anywhere are legal thugs. Corrupted. I agree. And Mayo is old and has nothing to lose, really. Right. But what really does he have to gain? He's the top informant. If you're asking me or not, too late. In my opinion, you test dirty, your entire career can't be trusted. Even less be a GOAT conversation. I agree. Big asterisks on it. Mayo does have something to lose. His teeth. Does he? They could be dentures, just ain't right. That might have happened a long time ago. Shit. Shout out, Jose Amado. I appreciate you. Maito Flaco is the only one left. Serafin, Vicente, Goldo already did their time and are free on witness protection. They better stay their ass out the game. Yo, can we get to 65 likes, please? For those that have yet to hit the like button, please do. Salute to Zoraida for letting it be known that this is her desire, that you hit the like button, man. She's at work letting y'all know. She hit the like button. Remember, he's a world-class rug dealer. It be like that. But Maito is the only one that really wanted to follow his dad's legacy. And he's fighting a war right now. I don't think he can just stop, but we'll see. There's no lack of paper plate, disposable soldier prepared to get thrown in the mix. So he can step right out the game and throw somebody else in there, you know? Let's get it. One more like, y'all. Salutes. All right? Hundreds up in the chat. I appreciate y'all. We're about to go through these hundreds. Again, rest in peace, Rayful Edmonds. Again, happy birthday to DMX. Happy birthday, Maneuver 13. May they both rest in peace. Got a new channel coming. Got a first show coming. 2 Shy Guys. We'll be talking about the Snoop Dogg Missionary album. So I'll keep y'all posted on that. I'm going to drop y'all the Discord link in the chat for those that would like to join the Discord. Again, everybody can have their own opinion. We don't worry about opinions. We worry about attitudes around here. So boom, there's the Discord link. For those that haven't checked out our playlist, we have many exclusive interviews with the Flores twins. Exclusive reaction videos with the Flores twins. Drop those in this playlist right here, Bow. Right there in the chat. We also have my reactions to Surviving El Chapo podcast, season 1 and 2. And Cartel Wives, the book. We also have the True Crime playlist that has a whole bunch of stuff in it. And the tragic life and death of Zach TV1. Boom. So if you haven't checked those out, please check those out and hit the like button. Hit the like button on all these videos. Go watch something on this channel you haven't seen. We got plenty of stuff there. Give us a sub up on the other channel. I will be doing a members only live after this. Let me see. Do I have a members only link? Join link. Let me see. Yes, I do. I'm going to drop the members only join link right here in the chat. For those that would like to join the members and be up in that mix over there. Shout out to all my members. Shout out to my wrenches. Shout out to the usual suspects. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna start reading through this chat real quick before we get out of here. Again, we getting close to our 10,000. Make sure that you guys share. Tell a friend that this is where you be hanging out. All right? We have a good time over here. We be kicking it. And I appreciate y'all. All right, let's see who we got here. We got Albert Flores, Lutz, Primo, C3 Champ, William Cadell, Chris Hernandez, William Borden, Primo, Chuck Chingon, salutes, Upper Echelon. We appreciate your time, sir. 298 Sosa, salutes. Jonathan Pantoja, we appreciate you. Fernando, salutes to you, sir. I will keep you guys posted on that panel. Let's see. Shout out Velez 408. Robati, salutes to you. T Weez, salutes. T Weezy, T Ways. I don't know, y'all. Y'all gotta bear with me. Shout out Zoraida, we appreciate you. Shout out Guillermo Pac, salutes. Aquiles, appreciate you. Chris Hernandez, salutes. Fernando, once again. TGC, Pelon. Young Jizzle, appreciate you, sir. Shout out El Toro, he was in here earlier. Fernando Garza, salutes to you. The Anna lady be making up a lot of BS. Hard to believe what she says. Salutes. Again, and you guys can't take it personal when I miss your comments. This won't be a feature that'll be here very long. Pretty soon I will only be able to read out the $2 text-to-speech comments, because once we get too many subs, it's just going to be hard to follow. I do what I can right now, and I must say I do a pretty good fucking job. Salutes. All right? Salutes Achilles. Victor Islas. Giles. Pure Art, salutes to you. Robert Bottom, salutes. Shout out Young Jizzle. Shout out Rodriguez. Well, this chat was active. Y'all was yapping at each other. Sometimes I wish I could. Sometimes I wish I could read the chat. Like I be missing shit. Shout out Zoraida. I appreciate you. Thank you. When are you gonna do the live thing? When are you gonna do the live thing? I don't know. I'm gonna be in the Discord. I'm gonna put up days and see what days people want to do it. Then I'll promote it, and y'all just hit me up in the comments or or in the Discord. Let me know you down, and I'll send y'all the link. Shout out William Borden. Play your favorite DMX song for the outro. I do not want to get this live clapped. Thank you, sir. But salutes to X, man. My time around him is a big part of my life. I made a meme with Camilo Ochoa, unmaking Oakland leaks. You got to drop that in the Discord. Join the Discord. Slipping from DMX, always been the banger. Salutes. Salutes DMX. Happy birthday, DMX. Happy birthday, Maneuver 13. May they both rest in peace. Shout out my brother Oso. He was in the building. Shout out El Toro. Awesome live. That comment was an hour ago. You got a fucking problem with it, Rodriguez? And my name is not Chili, bro. Don't get it fucked up. I'll put you out of here myself. Right? But if that comment was an hour ago, I just got to it now. So what? Shah, you should react to some Michoacan videos of how mental people trying to take the state but can't. Yeah, but I get clapped from a lot of videos like that. So I don't want to watch those videos. Ivan Castro wants to hear some Diddy. You do that in your car, bro. Sing that shit out loud at the red light. Right? Leave me out of it. Salutes. All right, man. With that said, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Let's end this poll. 29% of 85 votes said yes, they would buy a used car from Luis Chaparro. 71% said hell no, they ain't buying no used car from Luis Chaparro. 71%. Salutes. HG want to put him in the fucking bathroom.
Put him in the fucking bedroom.
I like your attitude, HG. You might need a motherfucking wrench. You know what I mean? All right? My name is Shy. What are people talking about? Did a live show. I did tours with him. Salutes. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. To all my members, give me a couple of minutes. Let me refresh my drink. Let me refresh my smoke. We'll do a members only. I don't have anything planned. What we'll talk about. Maybe we do body cam. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. Maybe I'll talk to y'all about this panel that we're going to do. I don't know. We'll get to it. Just give me about 10 minutes, 15 minutes to do these things, and I will be back. Rodriguez be having all kind of shit to say about everybody. HG instigating a grown woman. Rodriguez crying about a chat that was an hour ago. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, te devierta, yeah, this is how you get it off your chest. Cool. You're going to be able to do it from the bathroom. You're going to get clapped. Like, I don't have to have rules. I make the rules. Once I decide, it's decide. But salutes, I appreciate you. You know, it's all engagement. Everyone is switching nowadays from bosses to sicarios. The music, hip hop music used to be about the drug dealer. Now it's about the drug user. So, you know, shit changes. Peace out, Chucky. Salutes to you, sir. I appreciate you. Let's get it. I will holler. I'll see y'all in a bit. Peace.
Hanging from a thread till you dead, cause your partner put a price on your head. Cause your chick was laying up in his bed. She getting details, spilling every word that you said. She working retail, thirsty bitch just trying to get ahead. If history tell us anything, y'all both end up dead. It's just a street tale of fable, some shit someone said. Sit at the table and hope there's more to offer than bread. Pulled out the cradle, first steps you getting chased by a fed. No head starts, just body parts and lead sparks. Old religion, brand new hate and weak hearts. Oligarchs, krakens, dragons, you see sharks. Imagine you could manage to maneuver the deep parts. You a savage, you can have it, just show all your teeth sharp. If you could grab it, you could stab it, just aim for the bleeding heart. The ones that show compassion, a soldier that seeks art. Does the artist that wage war take over or take part? Taking a knee, thinking no one faithful is me. I'm good people in bad lands, no evil live within me. I mind mine, I'll survive, find this lands for the free. If I'm mistaken, I'm forsaken, no one rescuing me. Residual effects, straight bullets through familiar necks. For any number of infractions that I deem disrespect. Your beliefs, you deserve better, but we both in the shit. You just haven't come to grips with it yet. Fight or flight, and they ain't really nowhere to go. If your back is against the wall and you ain't throwing no blows, you gon' crumble in the rubble, become blood in the snow. If you a victim, they collect them, grab the body and go. Dig them and ditch them, total disregard for the soul. Gas them and lit them, watch the flesh burn in the glow. Where we live and catch a shivering, it's a hell you don't know. Your best hope is that your dying ain't slow, or your dying's a show. Where we at, it's every man for his own. A bloody backdrop, where killers just zone and slice flesh to the bone. Masked and gloved up front of your home. A flash of gun, but the side of your dome. Fresh blood from a stone, dents in your sense. Kick your fucking ball through the fence. Dare you to say something, no sense in sitting around in suspense. Find out what's next, open your fucking mouth, disrespect. See the extent of how my life is intense. She beautiful and oppressed in a permanent summer dress. She a servant and still she blessed. Children cradled against her breast, whispering prayers, wishing their souls the best, knowing that they forgotten, not forgetting they're blessed. The bloodiest red lights, just piles of dead life. Something must be broken, the glyphs wasn't read right. You think them Bible papers will shed light? Yeah, right. Burn after reading, tell the preacher I'm leaving.
Mono con los ojos tapados.